That's it, we're live.
Ah! Hi, Mom.
We scared him.
Oh, you're watching?
No, I don't think so.
I hope.
Wouldn't that be funny? Just randomly. You know, I'm going to tune in tonight just for kicks.
Yeah.
Speaking of tuning in, welcome to DNA's Christmas special. Here we are, festive for 2019. I want to welcome special guests. We have, obviously, myself, the very special guest, of course. You're welcome.
Very special.
You're welcome.
A little much.
Locke, as always. Somebody new. We got a newbie. Staple gun. Unless you want your real name shared, it's up to you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Justin. This guy's Justin. He's here, traveled all the way across the state for tonight, so thank you for joining us. I knew right who to talk to for a Hot Sauce Challenge that hopefully it serves you well.
Right.
So I'm sorry in advance.
Let's hope it holds up.
Of course, the mouthpiece of the audio form is here in visual form.
And a pretty one at that.
Yeah, there you go. Face the radio.
Kevin has a gift for us, you guys.
Oh.
I'm not done introducing peeps. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Caleb, of course, on the podcast. You can find him on the Dosage when we do those episodes on Sunday nights. And, of course, we have them available on podcast platforms. And last but not least, probably the only man besides the wild card of Justin that'll be able to complete this challenge tonight. No offense.
Okay.
And
the man, the myth, the legend.
Trevor, of course. And
That's
you know him
DNA.
as Miller Time, one half of, if you watch Gnaw.
Oh, another time. They're the same person.
So I do have to make this, and you all have to acknowledge and confirm.
Yes.
You're doing this at your own risk. I am not liable for any bodily harm or anything that comes negative out of this. You guys are all willing and participating on your own accord, and you're responsible for everything that happens.
To be clear, not just Travis, but DNA as an entity.
Yes. So we are not held responsible for anything. You were doing this willingly and for no monetary or any other gains.
I didn't know that's part of the gig. I get a...
Do you get something out of this? There's no gains involved in this.
No one's paying the doctor's bills when they look at my butt? Like...
No.
Okay.
Not DNA or Rob and myself.
We can talk about it later, though.
Nightmare asks, who are the other three guys? So, again, Caleb, Trevor, Justin.
Yes.
But yeah, so the rules are simple. We're going to talk about the years 2010 through 2019 in gaming. That's this decade that we're in.
I like that moment of math you just did there.
And it's Steiner math.
That's true.
We're going to find our favorite. These are our personal favorites. They may be on lists. They may not be on lists. But we're going to start at 10. And with 10, we're going to try these hot sauces here that I picked up. Banana pepper will be what we start with. It's 300 Scoville. We'll work our way up to our number one pick of all time of the last 10 years.
Video game pick, not hot.
Video game pick. And that'll be 2.1 million Scoville rating Carolina Reaper. We'll talk about the sauces probably as we go through them. And yeah.
What if I don't make it to the last sauce?
Then you are out.
Oh, so they don't get to hear my favorite game?
No.
Correct.
Oof.
So you don't get to share with the world. You have to sit there in silence and misery.
That's awkward.
I regret that already.
And then you get the shame of knowing you tapped out.
Yes.
So, put it outside.
All right, so real quick, we got some stuff from the chat here. Kevin's gift was that he subbed.
Hey,
so thank you so much for that. Unfortunately, I was a dumbass and I didn't have the alerts in the right order. I had the camera on top of everything because I'm a failure at life.
It's okay.
Alan already got clarified who the other three people were. Smalls said she doesn't think there's enough milk on the table. We'll see. And Henry asked, so does everyone get a complimentary roll of TP for being on the show tonight?
No. So
I mean, we have it in the budget.
Little eyedroppers
They have levels.
Yeah, they do have levels, milliliters. There are rules here. There's an actual game that comes with this. We're making up our own rules, but there are actual rules in the game. You can get this on Amazon for $29. You can probably find it cheaper. It's the first one I found that had like a small set for what we're trying to accomplish here. But there are rules and stuff. You can make a fun game out of it. We made it our own. Oh, Lord.
Rules.
Well, I guess we're going to have to...
Yeah,
Where we're
probably leave that
going,
out,
we
right?
don't need
Yeah.
rules.
Let's stay in order.
So, how do we want to do it? I'll just be the holder, I guess, and then pass these out as we go.
Split the droppers. You guys want a dropper on your side?
Yeah, you guys get a drop on your side, I get one on ours. So,
Are there only two?
There's two.
I'll let you be the
300 Scoville. Starting at number 10 on our list here, banana pepper. And how do we want to do this as far as order? Do we want the chat to vote? Is there enough people in here right now? How many people we got?
Oh, I didn't put the counter on.
Who should go first?
11?
Anybody have any opinions as to who should go first?
It has to be one of our 3 guests. They're automatically one of the first ones.
No, I disagree.
I just feel like you've started it. You've done such a good job so far.
Redbeard says Rob.
I feel like that's not going to happen.
Betrayal. Thy name is Redbeard.
Henry says Justin is first.
Well,
Nobody. It's just an awkward silence.
I'll go first.
Oh, we have
volunteer.
Volunteer. All right. So as you're preparing that, do you know by memory?
Look it up so that I don't mess it up.
I'll help you out here. Get this started. Why don't you do that?
So do we go ahead now, or when I'm talking pre-wing or post? I mean pre-nug or post-nug?
How do you want? Do you want to discuss while you're eating it, or?
That's what they do on that other.
So
thing
eat it,
totally
then talk
not
about
mimicking.
it.
So tell us maybe since it's your first one. Tell us what was your process in coming up with your list?
So process. If you guys followed some of the dosage and the revamped dosage, you know that I don't play a lot of video games, just in general.
Brief interjection. We just got a 100-bit donation from Christian.
Hey,
Hooray!
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Do we want to let people know about the possibility here?
As we progress, we'll
get there.
Trevor has put out there the challenge. Have you set a number yet for this to complete?
1,000. It's fine. 1,000.
1,000.
1,000. So the first person to do a 1,000-bit donation, he will do the 1 chip challenge. And
At the end.
At the end of tonight. What is that exactly?
Carolina Reaper covered chip.
So it's the same thing as our hottest sauce here tonight, but an entire chip covered in soap.
Like covered in it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
we're
might be
doing
even worse.
drops. That's
so
a big boy.
my procedure, I basically broke down, since I don't play a lot, I didn't play a lot of games. I broke down pretty much every game that I played in the past 10 or so years, which wasn't probably that many compared to maybe some of you guys. And so then from there, I was it was a debate between ones I've played the longest or ones that I kept going back to, or maybe ones that just brought the most joy to me during my time playing. As I kind of fluctuated, the end of the list became hard to kind of figure out what stayed at the bottom.
I feel your pain on that one, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have achieved our 1,000-bit donation goal right away.
That was
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Thank you for that. So, Trevor, you should have said a higher number.
We got another 1,000 anyway.
Thank you so much
Wow.
for the generous donation. That's incredible.
That's 2. That's
right.
Christian and Henry.
And Henry, thank you so much.
So,
do another hip hip.
Hip hip.
Hooray!
Thank you.
Thank you
so
so much, guys.
it definitely
The
smells of
anniversary
banana
of
pepper.
For them.
The smell is really good.
It smells good, but I don't consider banana peppers hot personally. Like it's more like a
They got a
sweetness
nice bite to it, though.
So first, we're gonna go just like a couple drops here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure, that sounds good.
I feel like we might need to work on your definition of a couple, but
I'm not gonna low end.
We're starting real high. Okay.
So my first game on the list. Make sure I still don't mess this up.
Number 10.
Number 10, sorry. Number 10 is a game from 2013.
Ooh.
Although I didn't play it in 2013, I played it a little more recently on the PS4.
PS4. Is it part of a collection?
No.
Was it remastered?
On the PS4 remastered, yeah, I believe.
are we guessing? I thought he was just gonna tell us.
I was gonna take
This is a whole different game.
Okay, good.
My game was
I like
Deadpool. Deadpool.
That game is a lot of fun.
I played that for quite a while, and probably one of the things that secured it on my list was the secret trophy of slapping Wolverine until it tells you to stop.
Yeah.
That little part made it so fun for me.
We got another 1,000-bit donation
From who?
From Kevin.
Kevin, hip hip.
Hooray!
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Everyone really wants you to eat that chip.
Just to kind of let everyone in on where I'm at after the first nug, literally a little bit of flavor, didn't taste anything else. So 5 for me wasn't anything at all.
That was easy, huh?
Yeah, like
Okay.
dumb easy.
Okay.
Who's
Anyone
next?
willing to go next?
I'll go next.
Are we just going round table now? I
want our
think
dropper?
that makes sense
No. Okay, so I'm last, I guess, then.
this time.
We'll just keep the order, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, it's dripping through the bottom. Oh, you're a big man.
As it gets higher up. All right.
Unconcerned.
What's your number 10, Trevor?
As he chews.
Describe it.
Oh, it didn't taste like it wasn't hot at all.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Mine is 2014 South Park
man.
Stick of Truth.
Good game.
I played it on PS3. No, Xbox. X360.
360.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it did come out on the PS3 also.
I haven't at all. That's my excuse.
It's out on Switch now, and I think the new consoles as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have it on the PS4 because it came with the new can't remember. Fractured Butthole.
Yeah, which we're gonna have tomorrow.
That's just a fun.
They're both good. I wanted to put them both on there as one spot, but Travis said no.
Denied.
They're two different games.
I agree.
They're-
Two different games.
They are, but I just didn't want to put it on two slots. So.
We have another fancy update here. Kind of smallish, resubbed.
Nice.
12 months, currently on a 3-month streak. Thank you. That's incredible. She keeps stealing yours?
Yes. Which I'm okay with. It's fine.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right.
The pressure.
If you see shaking, it's just because it's cold.
Sure.
It is a little
It is.
chilly.
If you don't know, we're set up in the garage for this episode.
No, we've got this nice fancy fireplace behind us, Travis.
Yeah, this is my living room. It's from all your
Alright.
generous donations.
See the face and no reaction.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Flavor, but
Yeah,
that's where it
it-
stops. Yeah.
It's an easy one, huh? Okay.
I mean, for us,
Yeah,
for
for
you
us.
two, you're
There's a lot of echo in there. In that.
Just muffle your ears. I'm turning the echo down.
So my process was a little different because for me, I don't have a lot of time for gaming, like console gaming.
Yeah.
So I had to include some mobile games because I mean it's
I like
only
it.
fair.
Yeah.
And but I didn't want to rank them too high because I mean they're mobile games,
Yeah.
kind of microtransaction. So that's how I kind of came up with my list is based on games that I played heavily or just slightly, but I really liked. And I went from there. So at number 10, I have Pokemon Go.
Oh,
Good pick.
Just
Yeah.
because it was just such a different game for
Absolutely.
what came out at the time, and I mean I played it up until like maybe Shield came out, and then I just kind of
that
fell off.
for me.
Damn,
That was high up on my long list because of like. Do you remember when it first came out? Like just the excitement of
Oh, yeah.
walking around.
Great.
Like
Seeing
man,
everyone.
We were
how
working together
freaking
at the
cool
time.
was that? Yeah, that was a blast.
So, yeah.
I have an idea what other things you've added.
Good pick.
Knowing games that you've influenced
Good
me
pick.
to play.
So,
So I got two things before I do mine. First and foremost, we got another 100-bit donation from, or two, I'm sorry.
200.
bits,
Hip hip.
Oh,
from
hooray!
Nightmare. Thank you.
And 100 from
Christian.
Christian. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Thank you.
And also, they are afraid that we're ignoring them, Kevin and Henry. Apparently, they've decided that we should, Trevor and I should split the chip.
You might die.
I probably would.
Yeah.
Also, the point of the one chip challenge is that you eat the whole one chip.
I don't know. If we get a 10,000 bit donation, I think y'all should split it.
I'm down for that.
That's
Yes.
Trevor's chip. That's up to him.
No,
I'm here accepting
some
a
may
challenge
say
from
you're
somebody else.
some may say you're stalling though, Rob. Like,
He's very much stalling on the banana
You're
pepper. This is
stalling
going to
on
be
the
a long
banana
show.
finish the droplet. Oh come on, man.
There's four. Get off me.
Oh, gosh.
it's like nothing.
Yeah, it's flavored water. Is what
I don't
we're looking
care.
at here. And
Oh God, it's too hard. Quit.
Didn't even get to number 10.
Don't bleed out your butt. You know from experience. Oh, God. This
It's
is
not
gonna
good. Bleeding out your butt. The banana pepper was fine.
You're getting trolled already in chat.
I literally didn't even taste that, you bunch of babies. Them, not you guys.
I was like, damn, he's so mean to us.
So, well, I mean, you're also a bunch of babies, Travis.
Hey,
You just are a bunch of babies in a trench coat. So,
it's my nipple crying.
and I'm the reason the show's going to take forever.
yeah.
My process was actually very, very similar to both Caleb's and Trevor's.
Sorry for anyone's ears.
I basically just went down the list and looked at everything that meant anything to me in the last 10 years, and I think I started at like 50 something, almost 60 when I started the list. So it was real difficult to pair some of those out. But my number 10 pick was Quantic Dream's Heavy Rain, which I picked because at the time it absolutely blew my mind. and I still think it's a fantastic example of interactive storytelling and branching paths, which I think is something that is really, really awesome in today's gaming environment.
Yeah, they broke some ground in a beautiful game, right? I mean,
Oh yeah,
yeah, when it came
Jason.
out, yeah.
It was a good game.
Jason.
I still have my origami.
Do you want to empty that droplet? And then
Yeah,
pass
empty
it
that
I
out?
one.
squeezed it back in there, but yeah, you might want to give it another one.
No, it's a
I got the drop.
he
We got
needs
the
it,
drop
yeah.
over there.
So we'll be cross-contaminating droplets.
All right. I also started with like 50 some odd picks, and narrowed it down to
No fork?
What do I need a fork for?
So you don't burn your eyeballs later? Ooh, we got
Doing. We'll see in a few.
Yeah, we will see. I'm acting tough now.
He's like,
This is a front.
Andrea said she'd probably cry from the first one and quit.
Poker face right here. So I narrowed it down as well from like 50. When it got to like 15 to 20, I was like, what the hell am I going to do? But my 10th pick comes from 2012 and is part of a series, and this is a discussion that we talked about, actually all of us, and what counted for individual games or not. This is the one exception, Telltale's Walking Dead. I'm not including the DLC, I'm including seasons. The main
1, 2,
storyline,
and 3.
because it doesn't change, it's the same story, just continued in seasons. So, Telltale's Walking Dead, originally coming out in 2012. I had such a great experience with those games. So, my 10th pick.
Only game I've ever
Fantastic.
platinumed. Doesn't count? Yeah, it does.
I mean, they're easy to platinum.
You just
All you
finished
got,
it.
you just finish it. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I still felt good twice.
I still feel good about it. No, like when the new chapters came out, I had still platinumed it.
Nice.
So yeah, that's honestly it was great. I still haven't finished the last season. I picked up on Black Friday the definitive collection because they actually put it out on disc. Because if you didn't know, that company went under, and they started pulling all the stuff. And we talked about this on the podcast. But I bought it physically because it's on the disc for once. So
We
it's
got
yours forever.
in the chat. We got somebody saying that they put in 1,000 bits to pour that in our drinks.
No.
I just worry about the coagulation with the milk. Like it's not that I wouldn't.
10,000 bit donation. I'll take a shot of the banana pepper.
Through your nose.
give me that. I'll drink it all right now.
Divided by like the 8 babies hiding in that trench coat. That's not going to be that bad.
All right, what's the pepper here?
Our next one on the list here, you're going to be kicking us off, is 1500 Scoville. It's the Anaheim pepper. What?
I'm nerding out about a phone case. It's fine.
Oh,
Anaheim peppers.
the
Totally
Anaheim
dope,
pepper,
bro.
1500 on the scale. So we're time is again what by 5?
Yeah.
Is that
have we made
is that
it
math?
to have we made it to the jalapeno
Wait.
yet? Or is this sub jalapeno?
Was the banana pepper 300 or 3,000?
300?
300.
Yeah.
This is 1500.
I thought that seemed high for a banana
There's no
pepper.
jalapeno. in there.
Okay. I think jalapeno is like
Like,
6.
maybe I'll be okay.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Jalapeno is like most people's concept of spice.
This is where it gets spicy for people.
Yeah.
Cayenne pepper. That's going to be a breaking point for some people.
I just don't like the taste.
All right, back to the nug. Get the dropper.
So we are at number 9.
the
My
hands
total
are.
mission is to start at the number 10 and just do them all 10.
I'm with Justin. The hands are trembling because of the cold. The fingers do feel
Right.
on the cold side here, just so everyone knows.
And I'm sure towards the end
Mix
it might be
that up.
nerves. But for now, it's definitely cool.
That's thicker.
Yeah, this one definitely seems more saucy. So I'm gonna load her up here.
Okay, that one's a little. That's like something you get at a pizza joint. Pepper level.
Okay.
Oh, right on.
Definitely smells more like a hot sauce here. All
Henry
right.
says Anaheim peppers are weak.
Well, I mean,
All right.
comparatively to what we're doing here.
at my number 9 pick from 2019. Build this.
Long silence.
Build the tension here.
I'm just waiting for a reaction.
Borderlands 3. It's lower on my list probably because I haven't had much time with it. I have enjoyed it. I played a little bit of like the Handsome Jack collection with you for a while.
Yeah.
But that just got me into the world. I don't consider myself having played those games for enough time to really know it. And so I really have enjoyed what I've played of this game. I love the style, the cartoony, the fun silliness of it. You know, the guns galore is a blast. So I was actually surprised at how low it happened on my list, but definitely within my top 10. Borderlands 3.
Cool. Hard silence.
That one tasted really good. I'm actually a fan.
Had good flavor?
Yeah.
What would you compare it to?
And Anaheim pepper.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
interesting.
So that's a bold comparison. I don't know how you came to that one.
I don't know.
My number 9 is 2012 Diablo 3. It's for PC originally, and now it's on all the systems.
Don't hate me, but I've never played one.
We're going to talk after this episode.
We'll talk about it after this, all right?
It's fun. It's
I know.
mindless fun. You can just play repeatedly over and doing the same stuff. But I put a number of hours in it. I just recently went back to it for the new season and enjoying it.
Yeah, it's a great game.
It gets a lot of hate compared to 2, but I liked it.
My only beef with 3 that it felt like 2.5. It didn't feel like a substantial change from 2 to 3, like from 1 to 2 did. But other than that, I liked it.
And they did announce 4 recently.
I saw that.
I don't know when it's coming out.
Oh, Nightmare spoiled my number 1 pick. I guess the show's over. 2K20.
That was mine.
Wait, wasn't it you that suggested that too?
I thought we discussed not all doing the same game.
We just troll everybody. Whoa.
Yeah, but not.
So
Almost lost the slide.
Sorry. My weenie. My left one.
You gotta get those babies under control.
Don't you have 2 knees?
Oh, was that what I heard?
My weenie. I'm gonna get the next sauce started. So
Yes, that's probably smart. Start pre-prepping
Prepping
ready.
for it.
So for my number 9, I've got my last mobile game, Clash Royale. So for me, it's a game I still play on a daily basis, and because it's convenient. 3-minute matches, deck building, strategy building, trash talking with emotes. And
I hated that. That's why I stopped playing it.
well, now they have like 90 different ones that you can use.
Good. I'm tired of the king with the beard laughing at me.
Oh, well, there's only 4 of those, and there's like 80
Top.
different characters. So anyway, they keep adding to it, keeping it fresh, and so even then, I think it's still one that's just for me
Oh, I
because I
see
play
that,
it so often that I
was
still
skipping.
really enjoy it.
Right on.
Travis is like, oh, I did it already.
As an aside to that, speaking of mobile games, Henry chimed in and said WWE Supercard should be on the list.
He loves that.
He does.
The only mobile game I tried almost included was
Go ahead.
Contest of Champions.
You were playing. That's what you were playing.
Yeah,
when you
the
got
fighting
here?
game. It's a Marvel fighting game.
How many you putting on?
I went about 4-ish.
That was actually pretty good.
You'll
that
definitely
one
feel
has
a
good
kick on
flavor.
this, though.
Yeah.
Like,
No
no
heat.
kick on the last one. You'll feel a kick here.
Okay.
It's like the green Tabasco. I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
I can feel that. I
would've-
like that one.
You can feel the heat, but it's not like as compared to the first one.
I accidentally flipped the nugget over, so I just dumped the sauce around.
See, that's what we talked about. Do you go sauce down or sauce up? It's a difference.
It's an important distinction.
What was your pick?
I didn't say it yet.
Oh, okay.
I ate my nugget while you guys were talking, though.
Sorry.
It's fine.
It's fine. Better than awkward chewing.
Yeah, see?
Wait, I didn't see you eat the nugget. I'm just joking.
The dog under the table took care of it. Don't mind the dog. So my number 9 actually comes from a very similar conceptual place to his number 9, in that it wasn't anything that was going to blow people's minds necessarily from like a AAA standpoint, but it was something that I dumped just an absolutely ridiculous amount of time into, and it revitalized my love for a type of game that I quit playing for a long time. My number 9 pick was Hollow Knight, which is something that Travis and I have talked about repeatedly. It's something I absolutely want to do a stream on. It's a Metroidvania game where almost none of the lore is fed to you. You pretty much have to figure out what's going on by paying close attention to everywhere you go and all the things you find in the game. And I just loved everything about it. The aesthetic, the storytelling, the gameplay was tight. Absolutely adored that game.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things from that game. Absolutely.
No.
I was laughing in the chat.
All right. I can confirm we're sauced up.
Are
Yep,
we?
he saw me.
Yeah.
He saw me. He's keeping a close eye on me for not cheating.
Gotta keep Travis honest.
Is that the next one?
But how far will
No,
we
this
make
is
it?
the next one.
We should get the next one out so we
Couple
can
more,
start.
yeah.
I just-
I'll give him
This
6.
is
Henry said I'm gonna give your cat fiery poops, Travis. 'Cause
So
I keep feeding the
my number
nuggets.
9 came out in 2011, and I think personally it's the best in the franchise.
Oh.
It is Gears of War 3.
Oh. tugged at the heartstrings on that one, man.
Yeah, it's a really good game. So
That game had the feels.
I put a lot of hours into it. The campaign was great. The online was great. The beta was great. Like everything was great about that experience. And I just truly, it was that game that really cemented me in appreciating third-person shooters more than I appreciate first-person ones. I felt better at them. The depth of field, I had more control.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gears of War 3, 2011, my number 9 pick. All right, our next sauce here is 17,000 Scoville, the green Serrano pepper. Correct me if I'm saying that wrong.
Yeah.
Sounds right to me.
That's correct.
Serrano.
No, Andrea, it was a joke.
Green Serrano pepper. 17,000 Scoville.
I've cooked with a Serrano before, and I've made the mistake of not de-seeding and getting a whopping just lot of pepper in my mouth. Did not end well, so hopefully this will be fun. I feel pretty good about it. Smells all right. My next pick, what are we on, 8?
Yeah.
It's from 2013.
I'm just now sorry.
What is happening down there?
It made a weird sound.
Oh.
I need to drop her too.
2013, my pick is Dead Space 3.
Interesting choice.
Now,
honestly.
Dead Space 3, I loved it.
Sorry, go on.
It's alright. I liked it more because of the kind of split screen, co-op play. Because when you played as a secondary character, you got a different world. So you'd look at that camera and see a camera, but I mess up in the head and I'd see an old toy soldier with blood on it haunting me. And so me and my buddy would put TVs next to each other, and you could see different things on screen, even though we're looking in the exact same area. So it made for a really interesting game because of that view.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that about that game.
Yeah.
Didn't Fear also do that in one of their games?
Fear was multiplayer?
Yeah, there was a 2-player mode in Fear.
Huh.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, Dead Space 3,
Another conversation.
big fan. Also, just like the gun customization, to be able to build a gun exactly how you want it was a lot of fun. Really liked Dead Space 3.
All the sauce.
I didn't even taste it this time. I don't know, maybe I didn't do the sauce to tongue right, but I didn't taste anything.
This is the way you describe things sometimes.
I'm trying to be as logistic as possible. I'm not sure the sauce.
I'm a child, apparently, because I'm the only one laughing.
You know what's funny about that is you're the only one laughing here, but whenever we prep for the dosage episodes, Caleb and I get into these really in-depth conversations
Absolutely.
about shit that should be funny to you as a child, and you have zero reaction most of the time.
I'm probably distracted.
If they could only hear the 20 seconds before we go live and the dosage.
In case you haven't figured it out, he's much more amused by himself than he is anyone else.
That's a fair point, too. We did just get
I'm an only
hosted by
child.
Rated. I wanted to throw that out there.
Rated. Hey.
Thanks
All
for the
right.
host.
Trevor?
My number 8 is from this year. It's Pokemon Shield. I haven't played Sword yet, but I have it.
Good, same experience.
I was going to say you could put those in the same slot.
I did, but I'm just making sure that I haven't played it once so far. It's a Pokemon game. It's same old stuff, but it was enjoyable, and I thoroughly enjoyed it and played it all weekend at Rob's house. The one.
Oh, so you finished
Yeah, he
it already.
finished it already.
Yeah, I gotta go back and collect more. I have over 100 and something.
Yeah, I've
but-
had the only. I don't want to talk about it too long, so I'm gonna keep this going. But the only complaint I've heard people say, there's a friend at work, it's like it's too easy. I'm like, it's a Pokemon game. What were you
gotta
expecting?
expect? You
Yeah.
can't make it super hard.
Yeah,
Kids wanna
absolutely.
play, and
And so, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, good pick.
All right.
Alan said yes, Fear was multiplayer and single player. He played it earlier, actually.
There you go.
So there you are.
Thanks for the confirmation, Nightmare.
All right, watch the face here. Nothing. Yeah. Did you taste it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
it tastes good.
Smells good.
So this one's not bad yet. We're already 3 in.
Yeah.
No, it's not
Doing okay.
not
I
bad.
think it ramps up pretty quick.
Yeah,
for
I'm
you
pretty sure
guys.
after like 6 will be each one will be miserable.
Show's over, guys.
The
Sorry.
drops will be getting fewer.
All right, so for my number 8 pick, I've got Portal 2. Again, it's just a great sequel to Portal 1, and it was kind of a newer experience for me because I didn't play Portal 1 a whole lot, but when I played Portal 2, it just good story, good comedy, good.
That's the reaction
everything.
cam.
So
When did Portal 1 come out? Well, that was on the orange box for consoles. Was that 2007?
Okay, Google. Release date Portal 1. October 2007.
There we go.
Rob, you're supposed to be
Okay.
saucy.
We're gonna have.
Oh, yeah.
Where's the?
You see?
Okay. Hold on.
Where's his cheat sheet?
Yeah.
Ask Andrea. I have a weird thing with release dates and history. I should have been
Put
a
it all
history
on there
major.
Oh, I'm not
Video
good at
games.
all.
A video game historian, if you will. Shout out, actually, that's a good YouTube channel if anyone wants a good one.
Okay, so
Thank
I'm
you.
about to make a movie quote reference.
Thank you, Trevor.
I don't know why I said it that way in a second here. But
Yeah, it's okay. We'll fill the silence in. Serrano, don't forget the Serrano pepper over here. Delicious, fun, skinnier than the jalapeno.
How many drops you put?
The best tasting
10.
one so far.
I put 10.
shut up, Kevin.
Yeah, that's good right there. Yeah,
That's good?
You'll be all right.
Okay.
I put 5. Don't be a baby. That was
I'm getting his
tasty.
approval.
So my movie quote is: did we just become best friends? Because my number 8 is also Portal 2.
Oh.
Dead serious.
Nice.
I struggled with whether or not to even put it on the list for a hot minute, but then I just thought about the fact that I beat the game 6 frickin' times.
Jesus.
I loved Portal 2.
Weird flex, but okay.
Well, it's like you want to talk about the weird flex? Let's talk about the fact that I've got well over 200 other games just on my computer that I could be playing,
Yeah.
and instead I played Portal 2
He's a
again.
yeah.
Yeah.
With the ladies.
We still got to adjust in reaction cam. I don't know if you want that.
Yeah.
I mean, a cute face, but.
What's going on with the reaction cam? Why is it still unadjusted?
We fixed it.
I almost grabbed your
You-
drink again.
He was preparing for tears. They didn't want to be looked at.
I know.
Listen, not yet. He can handle a lot. You're gonna have to refrain from the reaction cam for a minute.
That's also the game that bricked your system, isn't it? Or made it so you couldn't use the.
No, because
Nightmare says GTA 5 should be top 3.
Did I?
Interesting.
maybe it
The
was.
one
the
time.
next
Yeah, no, I know what
You
you're
made
talking
an
about.
update.
Yeah, if you want to.
I think you might be right.
Okay,
Second thought,
so
it's not my number 8 anymore.
my number 8 comes in from the year 2012, and this is a game that I also beat. Probably not 6 times, but I beat it a few times, and it was actually the reason I bought a PS Vita because they ported it to that.
Oh,
The game is Borderlands 2.
I don't think I knew they ported Borderlands 2 to the Vita.
Yes. Me and Travis were beta buddies. Okay, that sounds a little out there.
No, you want to talk about things that sound weird since he's chewing anyway. I walked into work the other day and I was telling my coworkers about the fact that I got an Oculus Rift and I was playing Beat Saber.
Yeah.
And they were all like, "You were playing what?"
We
I had to
were
explain that.
we were Vita buddies, and
Eskimo Brothers?
we would play. Yeah, a little bit. we probably played Minecraft the most at work,
played
right? On our
Minecraft the
break.
most, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, because you had the blue or
The
you're
orange,
the import.
the orange
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
the orange import.
Oh,
The
that
orange
sounds
one from
cool.
Japan. So the only thing different, as long as you put a US account on it, is that the menu buttons are flipped. So like, circle is accept
Confirm.
and X is reverse or whatever.
Arguably the way it should be,
Yeah, I think
because you
but
cancel things by
Yes.
crossing them out. That always drove
or
me
you
nuts.
X to select them.
Yeah,
There's
no, I mean
reverse.
like, I got the logic of why it was like that, and I adjusted to it, but it was always weird to me.
Oh, you got your.
Nightmare says no one has Black Flag, Assassin's Creed. He's gonna rage. Our next one here, 30,000 Scoville. Now we're almost doubling what we were just at. This is generally the limit people find hot. Your cayenne pepper. So
I'm
cayenne
literally
pepper.
only not looking forward to this one because I don't like the flavor of cayenne
I
pepper.
cook with cayenne like powder, so I don't think this will be bad. But it just the red's intimidating.
I think you just squeezed one of the other sauces into that
He
bottle.
did it to
Cross
make it
contamination.
weaker.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it does.
That is a good
it's like
strategy.
watering it down. We don't
Yeah.
start leaving a little bit in ours, man. This is bullcrap.
You get it after, so. It's
All right.
still
Oh,
there.
I forgot about.
Are we
the
doing
list, right?
teams here?
We'll still do
Us
the
two
list.
versus you two? Because we know Trevor's gonna win.
Okay. What number are we on now?
7.
We're
7.
Yep.
So number 7 on my list from 2015.
While he's chewing, I'll read out the chat. Henry says having a Vita now is like driving a Vespa. You have to nod to each other like a secret society in
Ooh.
passing.
That was delicious. Sauce down, sauce to tongue, really good. Highly recommend it. 2015 Fallout 4. One of the only games I really played on my Xbox. back in the day.
It came out in 2015.
Yeah.
That's so long ago.
I'll give a small short story as to why
Oh.
I got an Xbox. I think it's worth a tell. Was I with you when I won my PS4?
Yes, you were. We went to Taco Bell and you came back here. We were playing Minecraft,
And I won a gold
gold
PS4
one?
from Taco Bell.
Nice.
So I turned in my black one and got an Xbox.
You have a gold PS4?
Yeah, it was a blast.
Let me know if you ever decide to get rid of it. That would be great in my collection.
Yes, we'll talk about it. Anyways, yeah, Fallout 4, absolutely loved it. I don't know, it was a blast. Obviously, let down like most people with 76. So looking forward to Outer Worlds when I get it, because I think that could be the
Outer
game I
Worlds is
needed.
good.
Outer Worlds is good, yeah.
So Fallout 4 held it didn't make my list, but it held a special place in my heart too because it came out the day before my first son was born. So I had time off of work, and I mean a newborn doesn't do much. So I
remember
put in
that.
a lot
I remember
of
that.
hours.
Baby still breathing? All right, let's go
hours.
with that
A
sound.
whole
Wait,
lot.
I remember that.
Oh, your wife
Yeah.
said you have
Like
enough
2,
PS4s.
3, I mean,
It was a lot of hours,
I feel like you got close to the 300 mark.
probably.
Yeah.
I was a lot.
How old's your baby? It's about 300 hours.
What mission? What are we talking about here?
Sarah over here yelling at me.
I mean,
I'm gonna go.
she's
Oh, yeah,
right,
there
though.
we
You
go.
do have enough PS4s.
See my response.
How about you give me some of those Dreamcasts? And
I will find them.
Now,
They're
the interesting
stuffed
part
in a
about
closet
the gold
somewhere.
PS4 is the controller it came with is different than the gold one they sell. So it's got black on the back of it, whereas the gold one they sell is all gold. So there is a
Is it the
difference.
same gold as the system, though?
Yes,
Okay. Well, that's really what matters.
it's actually a Gordita.
but it's. Yeah.
You
Anyways,
can just eat the controller.
I know we're showing signs of weakness.
No, I just
Okay,
coughed.
good.
That
Sarah
wasn't
says
even
she
hot.
knows
I
where
know.
the Dreamcasts are.
Yeah, they're at my house.
All right, what's the pick?
My number 7 is 2013 is GTA 5.
Yeah.
Put so many hours into it with Rob, and my brother, and Eric, and a friend Alex, and his brother, and
David.
others.
Because David just
was
won't
there once
take
in a
the
while.
shot.
Yeah, David doesn't know how to take a shot. It's a whole thing with
Seems
him. I never actually finished the game, the regular game, but the online, just hours of it.
I feel like
Hundreds of hours.
That's a game that people like still play like religiously. even,
yeah.
right? That's all.
Still making money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why they won't release another one yet.
Yeah.
Why? You know, do it.
Long Thing says there are never enough PS4s, and I can't agree with that more.
Well, we'll talk later.
Yeah.
I could use another PS4.
I will fight you in the streets with those Dreamcasts like nunchucks.
All right.
Just bungee
Is it
cords.
Justin's turn?
All right. My number 7, I've got Rocket League.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'm not
Speaking
great
of
at it.
online multiplayer.
I'm not good at it, but boy, is it fun. Yeah.
Did you get it for your Switch yet? No.
On your phone?
Is it on the
I
mobile?
don't think so.
I mean, that would be difficult. I would
Yes.
I can't even imagine trying to play
No, I
that
played
on
it for,
the phone.
for Xbox One. Or One S, whatever. Yeah, so for me, it was just one of those games that kind of like brought me back to my like gaming childhood, where it was just refreshing. It was a new idea, and it wasn't same old, and customization was cool online, and it takes a lot of skill to actually be good. And just when I rented on a whim, and now it's one that I just play all the time if I have free time. Especially if you have a friend over too that doesn't game a lot, it's easy to pick up. And
Yeah, because you don't have to explain a whole lot other
No,
than hit
just
gas,
go,
hit the
hit the
ball.
ball, get it in goal.
Now, if you learn all those fancy
Yeah.
tricks,
Right. Yep.
because I can't play Rocket League for shit, but I will watch some people play Rocket League because they do some crazy stuff in that game.
And I feel like there's definitely something to be said about it. We talked about that in our last dosage. Is just games that are entertaining, just to watch them. Like that's
Yeah.
definitely one that the competition. Some of the moves people pull off, like I have fun playing it, but I can't get that car turn just right to get the right
Some
angle.
of the goals that get saved too.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Like, how?
I watched this video the other day. I'm gonna eat my nugget in a second. I watched this video the other day where this guy did all of these like challenge runs, and he spends like the entire time in the air balancing the ball on the front of the car, and I'm like, how? Like literally just how? I just want to know how.
Series of strings.
I guess so. All
You're
right,
being
so
called out for cheating, by the way.
who?
You.
Stalling.
No. You're leaving lower pepper juice in the vial to dilute the next one.
That wasn't me. That was them.
You're being called out in chat.
I mean, you can really call them out for like the 4 drops.
That is fine.
Oh,
Learn how to count,
how'd
sir.
you like the flavor? I thought that tasted really good.
Hey, when we went into this challenge, we were all like, 2. 2's fine. 2 might even be
I never said
We did
that was Travis.
No video proof never happened.
All
said
6
we
of
need
those
to really
babies
sauce
said
them.
that. All right, I'm
We
gonna.
almost need a cleanser. Is what we need.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat my nugget
just
now.
a liter of water.
Y'all
This is
converse
not-
while I'm chewing.
Because this is not like I'm squeezing
Yeah.
it. We all notice this is.
But you've already done the sauce.
As dry
so
as it's
like
gonna
it's
be.
it's fine. You've achieved that.
Yeah,
bar.
that's true.
So
If anything, it'll help Travis a little bit now that we've got 2 of the weaker sauces in there, and then by that time,
All right, maybe I'm wrong about cayenne pepper. That was tasty as hell.
Yeah.
pepper's not
Be
bad.
careful.
Maybe it's just mixed with the wrong stuff.
Yeah. Maybe you just need to eat more chicken nuggets here.
or just
Yeah, anything with chicken nuggets is great.
just
Does this
dry,
show up
it's
on the
a
green
lot
screen?
different than
Oh.
it is
Put it
if
down.
you use it well.
Yeah, it's
That's a fair
transformative.
point.
Is it?
Oh, where'd you get a surge? Did you bring enough for the rest of the
Yeah, it
class?
fits into the it fits in the fireplace.
Okay, anyway, so in a fair bit of comedy, and I'm weirded out by the fact that this just happened not only again but twice in a row. My number 7, not you this time, is also GTA 5 for the exact same reasoning. It was the first GTA game I've ever actually completed all the way through. To the tune of I actually went back and started replaying the missions to try to get all of the stars for completing them with like all the optional objectives and shit. And then again, triple digits in the online. You know, and I did 5 in online is the same thing because it's the same game basically. But yeah, that was my number 7 was GTA 5.
There you
It's a
go.
good pick. Proud of both of you right now. Touch me right here. Oh. He didn't even sauce his.
He did. I watch. I'm confirming. And also, I'm watching you. We're on this.
So on number
You're
7.
doing good so far.
My number 7 is from 2010. Heavy Rain.
Good call. You put it higher than I put it.
Yeah, because I honestly I pre-ordered that game.
Same. I still have my little origami dude.
I do too. It's right there on the
Yep.
TV shelf. I've sold a copy of the game because I have it digitally now, but I just visually and just the gameplay style, I never played anything like it. And I went back after that and bought Indigo Prophecy.
Oh, same. Actually, weird.
So yeah,
And I bought it on the Xbox.
good game though. Our next one is holy shit. This is next.
Are you getting them in the right order?
Yeah. So
What was that one? 15? Was the cayenne?
no way. What?
Did you mess it up?
No.
Is it less?
So what's the jump?
I don't know.
Or is it huge?
What's the number here?
It's Travis is not good with math. He's sticking it through.
No, it's a typo.
Oh, okay.
Cause look,
Long Things says Heavy Rain is a very long
Same.
game.
look at the on here though.
Scotch bonnet. Oh, okay.
It's a typo. So on the actual bottle it says Tabasco peppers 250,000 Scoville, but on our sheet here it says it's 50,000.
Okay.
So,
trust
Which one's the typo?
well, here's the thing. Yeah, which one is the typo? Because the next one on the list is also 250,000,
And it's correct on both.
and it's correct on both. So
So either way, we're not going lower. We'll at least stay stagnant.
we'll stay the same or go higher. So it says 250, but on the sheet it says 50. So who knows? This could be a lot higher. Good luck to you.
Alrighty.
You will want to wash your hands after you're done doing this, and do not touch eyeballs
Or other balls.
or other balls or your nose.
Don't pee ever again.
Well, I wouldn't advise that.
Alright.
So I'm gonna catch up on some chat real quick
Yeah.
because you're about to chew anyway, right?
I
So
want to smell this real quick.
long Things, as I said a second ago, said Heavy Rain is a very long game. Redbeard said, which is awesome. I assume he was. He may have been referring to the heists. He may have been referring to Heavy Rain. I don't know. But then they, because I don't know, asked, "What about Detroit Become Human?"
Ooh.
It's a good game.
I own it. I actually still haven't started it.
You really
I-
should.
I keep putting it back because I remember how emotionally draining Heavy Rain was, and I'm just not ready for Detroit to be worse because that's all I've heard. Not bad worse, but like more emotional worse.
Well, as far as I got, I was pretty shocked by it.
Yeah. And then Sarah said that depends on whether or not you let the characters die, because you could do that in Heavy Rain, which was another massive change.
I got towards the end. It was like, what was the
In Heavy Rain or Detroit?
I got towards the end and had with the detective, the one guy that kept.
Oh yeah, Norman Jaden, FBI.
He died. But it was similar to what was the horror game we played the virtual reality
Until
of?
Dawn?
Until Dawn. It was the same thing. I got towards the end, and then people started dying, and I was pissed.
Yeah.
The worst part for me was when I lost Norman Jaden. It was because, like, through points of the game, you're given the choice of taking that drug or not. Mm-hmm. And you can, but if you do it one too many times, he'll just randomly drop later in the game, and that's how I lost him.
Yep.
He was fine. He was right in the middle of talking about something, and
he was in his office. When
just
at the end.
he was out. He had a seizure and died.
Yep.
You still
All right.
haven't chewed.
Well, because I'm waiting for my dramatic way of announcing.
All right, go.
Okay.
Sorry.
We're year, what was it, six? Pick 6?
Pick 6 already. Wow.
Pick 6. 2015. Is it dramatic or am I being silly?
No, I think it is. Because then you're going to cry about your reaction.
I know.
Uh-oh.
There's definitely more heat in that one. For sure.
We're getting to the point where the show is getting interesting.
King's Quest. It's a game that I played on the PC a long time ago with my family. It was just fun to go around and solve the puzzles and figure it out. And they made a newer version of it for console in 2015. And boy, was that fun! And the original voice actors, it is who's the dude who plays the old Martian? No, it's Doc Brown too. Who's Doc Brown?
Christopher Lloyd?
Yeah, he's like the main voice of one of the characters in there, and it's just he's always fun to listen to anyway. So
That's true.
fun game, yeah. If you haven't checked it out, there's tons of chapters. It's a fun little story kind of puzzle game.
Okay, haha, mobile games, but didn't that actually come out on mobile sometime in recent history as well?
King's Quest?
Yeah, I think it's
I don't know.
I'd have to double check, but I swear I remember the first chapter dropping.
Why did no one pick Halloween Quest? Henry asked.
I don't know.
Halloween Quest?
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Maybe he means Costume Quest?
Maybe Costume Quest is great, but
I mean, we're only at number 6. You don't know what we picked.
yeah. You don't know. Stick with us.
There's still time.
Why are you trying to go elsewhere? It's Christmas time.
All right, Trevor, what you got?
All right, T-Bird.
Oh, here goes. Let's
He's
see the
already
reaction.
Oh, he didn't even dribble. He just poured some in there.
Yeah,
Like
he's got a small pool. He's gonna dip the chip in the excess at the end.
It's coming.
100,000 bit donation. He'll drink the bottle of Carolina Reaper sauce.
Henry did mean Costume Quest.
Okay. Costume Quest is great.
My number 6 is Borderlands 2.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Good pick.
Put in a lot of hours of that. Me and Kevin beat all the DLCs and great game.
Including the brand new one.
Yeah,
Came out
we
this
played
year.
that one too. That led to 3. 3 was awesome too. But I think
Like, let me get that out of
Borderlands
your way,
2 was
buddy.
the best of all of them.
I agree with you.
And then 1, then 3, and pre-sequel was
Yeah.
It was alright. I liked it better the second time I went back to play it, but
Trying a little sad face. It looked like.
I will say we get to like we're getting to lack of flavor. That's what we're getting.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's do it.
I'm doing better than I thought I do. Same with Rob.
Definitely gonna want the reaction cams on you guys on this one.
Excuse me.
We're on 6.
Yeah, you can definitely feel it.
Henry wants
Tastes
to
like
know.
something, but I can't.
Yeah, there's not as much flavor
I
there.
can't pinpoint it.
Yeah.
I never played that, Henry. I haven't played any of the Telltale games.
Which one? Telltale?
Tales from the Borderlands.
That one looked good.
It looked great. You know
I
what's
think Kevin played it.
Yeah, he did a little bit. What's funny while you're finishing chewing is that we discussed at the beginning of the episode how often we were going to see each other's picks pop up on another
Yeah.
list, and
I
we're
said-
all like, not very many.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of crossover.
Yeah, it's a lot of crossover. I'm surprised. The floor is yours, sir.
Speaking of, all right.
Uh-oh.
So, number 6, I've got Pokemon Shield.
Oh.
So again, kind of same thing, Sword and Shield. When I first saw it and I saw the Dynamax Pokemon, I was thinking, oh, that looks terrible. like that's your new thing.
Yeah.
But no, I've actually really enjoyed it, and it's kind of refreshing. 'Cause it's not like they're big all the time. It's kind
So-
of
somebody
limited. So there
watching
is some
them this
strategy to it. It's not just like raid bosses with Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
And
lot
but
of
the only thing I don't like is what they've done with
Well,
shinies.
there's still a bunch in there.
With shinies, they made them too easy to get.
I was saying,
And
you said you got one.
Yeah.
so, I mean, I got one randomly just by a random encounter in the wild, so like 1 in 6,400 odds of that actually happening. But like breeding and chaining, and it makes chaining a lot easier because you can actually see them in the wild. And so that's my only complaint. But otherwise, It's still a really, really great game.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of fun.
So while I'm chewing mine, the question from Long Things was Tales from the Borderlands or Walking Dead Telltale? Which one was better? I think we know Travis's answer.
Yep, easy Walking Dead.
Walking Dead's the one I played, but I really enjoyed it. Didn't make my list, but yeah.
Dude, I got
Just a lot of
emotional. Okay, I don't often get very emotional in gaming, but
No.
that one got me emotional. I got connected to the characters,
Let's watch the reaction here.
and I heavily wanted to, if I ever had a girl, name her Clementine.
Oh,
Based
can
off the
see that.
character.
yes.
I was like, I love that name.
I'll tell you the emotional factor that you're talking about right now is actually why my number one wound up being my number one.
Oh.
What is it?
We'll find out.
Or not.
Which might not.
We most likely won't.
So
Oh god.
How's the sauce?
so far fine. Like I'm waiting for it to kick me or something, but like,
Yeah.
this really isn't that bad.
You goes sauce down or sauce up?
Oh, I went sauce up
Oh, okay.
because I want to finish this. I'm trying to save as much of my tongue as I can.
What did you get? The 2 drops?
Kevin said the most
I'm
emotional
so-
I got
I'm so-
from a video game was Spider-Man 4. Shit got too real too many times. He is not wrong.
Spider-Man 4, there's some moments in that, yeah.
Rob, you burn your tongue early and then you can't taste it. Later.
Yeah. Let's see your.
Okay, that's fair. Maybe
Yep.
I should be doing this the other way around.
Is he stalling still? Or
No, I'm done.
have you announced? Did I miss it?
Oh shit, no, you're right. I'm
Yeah.
stupid.
You call it a nugget.
I ate the nuggets, forgot all about my nuggets. We were talking about
Let
other
the heat
stuff.
subside before he talks.
I was, okay.
I've been doing a lot of talking, like I always do.
Nah.
So my number 6 was actually Batman Arkham City.
Oh, good game.
And a key factor for that also was a little bit of the emotion for me because Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill were such a huge part of my childhood as those characters. Spoiler alert, if you haven't beat this 8-year-old game, they killed the Joker at the end of the game. And, like,
Dude.
to call that a sucker punch, like, I never saw that coming in a million years. I was like, holy shit, are you for real right now?
It was
He's going to be like,
It was Warner Brothers at the time.
nah. Well, Sucker Punch is a Warner Brothers movie, isn't it? I don't know either. It'd be funny if it was though. But anyway, that was my number 6 was Batman Arkham City. Best one in that franchise, in my opinion.
All right. What do
Hell
you
of a
got?
lot better than Origins.
All right, we're at number 6, right?
Yep.
My number 6 comes from 2010.
Yeah, make sure you earn it.
2010. That's the oldest. We haven't had a 2010 yet, have we?
I'll tell you this.
Yeah, Heavy Rain was.
Here's a
2010.
spoiler on my list. The most recent game is from 2014. On
Wow,
my list. So apparently, I hated everything for the last 5 years.
Guess so.
that sounds a lot like you. Rob said we should skip the Nuggets altogether and just be dropping it directly on our tongues at this point.
For 10,000 bit donations, I'll do that.
Yeah.
All right, number 6, 2010's
Really will.
Red Dead Redemption.
Wow. That's how long ago it was?
Yeah, that was an amazing game.
That one got an honorable mention for me. It was one of the ones that I struggled real hard with whether or not to cut from the list.
And the story was fantastic. Gameplay was fantastic.
Red Dead Online, though, was the bigger draw for that game for me.
Well, Undead Nightmare, the expansion too.
All
I
right.
actually never played
Next
Undead
sauce.
Nightmare.
So our next one is Scotch Bonnet or Bonnet.
Bonnet, yeah.
Is the French bonnet paper? Oh, baguette, baguette, omelette de fromage. What's that from? Come on.
Something
Well, that last one had a little bit of afterburn.
Oh, God.
Oh, did it hit you?
Sauce up or sauce down?
It did. Sauce down.
Oh.
Did you hear me answer
We've
your
seen the
question?
end of,
No.
You said
these
only
two.
do fromage. What's that from? It's from Dexter.
Yeah,
Dexter's
thank
Lab.
you. You get it.
Of course I get
So
it.
the Scotch bonnet pepper, 250,000 Scoville. So
And we're pretty sure this is 250,000 square. Why
this one
Putting
definitely.
the lid
is.
back.
Kevin's also down.
Just like we're not doing
The cat body.
I'm done.
We're done.
That last one was a little warm.
It's as empty as it's going to get there.
Kevin's also got your back. He said Dexter's Lab in chat.
Thank you, Kevin. At least people understand me.
Ooh, we're getting a little runny on this one. Okay, what's this pick
Oh,
5,
wow.
right?
Yeah, this is number
Yeah.
5. Top 5.
Okay,
Oh my
top
god.
5. 2016.
Made it a lot farther than I thought some of us were gonna.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Looking
It's gonna
at
get
you,
real bad, though.
Travis.
Yeah.
I think I gave him credit for 6.
Me?
Yeah.
You think I'll tap out the next?
This is a slow burner. 2016 Overwatch.
Okay.
It's a game that for me, and this is not even an exaggeration, the first year, maybe 2 years after I played it, I kept thinking it was still up for Game of the Year. Like, it just felt like a new game because they kept punching more content, more characters.
And they still do.
Yeah, and absolutely still do. It's a game that I've probably put more hours into than any other game that I've played in the past 10 years for sure. Me and my friends played Overwatch religiously. I bought it digital only so I could play it without having to worry about thinking about what's in and what's not, just because I knew I was going to like it. And so yeah, Overwatch, just a huge fan of that game.
Right.
It's fun. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not
We
into
played
I
a
don't-
bunch of it too for a while.
PvP. I rather do the PvE stuff. I wish there was more of it.
I like that it wasn't just straight kills, right? I like that there's
Objectives
objectives, and you
stuff,
can
yeah.
really work as a team. And the more you work as a team, the better,
The better
you
you'll
end up being.
do. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter how many kills you get.
Yeah, exactly. As much as
I
you want to
never
yell at
get
your
kills. I
friends.
play as Mercy.
There
I
you go.
thought Team Fortress 2 was a better game of that style, but just saying. To each their own.
The characters were
My turn?
less.
Oh no, yeah, the characters were
Yes, your
very
turn.
minimal.
Yeah.
Let's see your reaction.
So let's give him a second to chew. Let's go back to the chat for a second. Long Things asked, "What about Last Guardian?" I know I never got around to that game. At
Is that the
all.
big?
the big bird?
Big-
and the,
yeah.
It was basically a Shadow of the Colossus, but with a bird.
Well, it's the game we all begged for so long.
It was one of it, just like Duke Nukem Forever. It took so long to come out that by the time it did, it was behind the curve by a wide margin.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like I should have played it because of that.
So
Yeah.
late long burn. Is my take on the sauce.
Long Things said just like Star Wars Battlefront 2.
What's wrong with that game?
All right, Trevor.
EA made it.
Ooh,
That game is
ooh.
good though.
No, I enjoyed it.
I like
Come on.
Battlefront 2.
My number 5 is
where's your
Tomb Raider. The
The reboot,
yeah, the
2011,
13.
13. Damn.
Yeah, because it came out at the end of the console generation and the beginning.
I
Travis.
never really cared about the old Tomb Raiders. You know, they were okay, but I never really. But that one, I got into it. I borrowed it from Rob, I think, and just completed the whole thing like in a weekend because it was just couldn't put it down.
It is really good.
Yeah.
Have you finished the franchise?
No, I never played the other two.
Really?
Yeah, I mean to, but I just never.
I started
went
the
to-
second one. I never finished it.
I finally own all three now, but I haven't beat any but the first one myself.
I just want them to put in a triple pack all three of them.
I don't know why they haven't
Please
yet.
do that. Like, and then I'll buy it.
Because then
Maybe
there's
next
money
year.
for you. There's money for them. I don't understand why they're not going for that cash grab like everybody else
Yeah,
does.
$60, $20 a game. Just do it.
Speaking of franchises that needs to happen to, I want a Mass Effect remaster trilogy. God damn it! I'm off my soapbox now.
Okay.
That's it. Like that's all there is to say about it. I want it.
Nightmare took the challenge. He just listed off a bunch of games here.
Right on.
All right, what do we got? Number 5.
Yes, sir.
So his number 5, while you're chewing, was GTA 5. Is that how I'm reading that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another repeat. Yeah. Great
Yep.
game.
So yeah, if you want to play along, chat, feel free
Yeah.
to post yours as we get to the numbers, so we don't have.
We'll try and call out,
Yeah.
as many as we can see within
Um,
order.
Redbeard said he loved the PvE stuff for Overwatch. I did as well. If you want to see me love that, you can actually go back and check out our YouTube archive. I streamed that not too long ago for the Halloween event.
with me, Crow, and Kevin.
I think Kevin, yeah.
God, it was already Halloween and it's Christmas.
Yes.
Jesus.
So fast, man. So fast.
So my number 5, I've got another repeat, Stick of Truth. Or South Park Stick of Truth. I've never been a big RPG guy, which is probably most of your guys' list. But for me, like I've always been a massive South Park fan, so it was a way to easily draw me in with
This is gonna kill
comedy
me.
and with good story, and it was just hilarious. Like
I
I've
think it's
never
great.
laughed that hard at a game.
Well, and it's not
it's
overly
hilarious.
complicating. They make it not simple, but simple enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's inviting and fun because of that.
yeah.
That's a good pick.
See that? So while I'm chewing, the chat asked, which one of you guys are the best gamer?
Depends on the game.
Not me. I mean, I'm about as casual as it gets. If you look at some of this, some of the streams I played Battletoads, I sucked at it, but it was a lot of fun. I played Cuphead. I frustratingly sucked at it, but I know it was entertaining, I assume. Yeah, we played it. It was a blast, but yeah, I don't ever claim to be a good video game player. I just like to have fun with it.
I wouldn't say I'm good. I'm stubborn, so I'll just sit there and
I'll say that's
continue to go at it until I finish
So we
it.
all suck? Is that where we're at?
I think
We're
that's-
just
I think
not
that's
good
what we're
video
feeling
game
here.
players.
I feel like
Especially
certain
first-person
titles-
shooters, I am also.
yeah.
I guess it is dose of nerd acumen, not world's best video game players.
No, I do pretty well at fighting games and platformers. Not at a competitive level by any stretch of the word, but I don't usually struggle with those. But anything else, like even if I struggle, like Trevor, I'm too stubborn. If I want to finish that, I'm gonna can figure it out somehow.
I have a friend who had been on the competitive Smash circuit and like played with some of the top guys in the world, and boy, playing against him is not even fun. Like it's like Edgeguard is ridiculous.
I'm hoping it's a misunderstanding. We might have a fight breaking out in the chat here. But skipping that stupid sexy Flanders 0 says the fireplace is the best gamer.
There you go. That's definitely a possibility.
You're not wrong.
Oh, yeah. It's that Angel. She's
watching.
Yeah, and stupid sexy Flanders wants to know if Trevor has bathed in any of the hot sauces yet.
For 10,000 bit donation, I will pour it down his chest.
You gotta start going up.
Like
Everything can't be 10,000.
There you go.
Oh, don't touch your eyes.
Oh, I know. I'm saying that'd be one for a bit.
100,000 bit donation will drop it into his left eye.
Rob, we got a pick over there?
Oh yeah, so I get caught up in the
Yeah,
chat.
I know you do.
Forget. So here's a shout out to our buddies, Eric and Brandon, actually, because my number 5 is The Witcher 3, which I wouldn't even have on my list, except Brandon would not shut up about what an amazing game it was, and then he kept badgering Eric to play it, and Eric doesn't play games, so haha. But no, I had it on PS4 originally, and then it went on sale on PC for like dirt cheap with all the DLC, so I scooped it up to play on my nice fancy gaming computer, and dumped like 80 hours into it inside of like 3 weeks. It was stupid. It was all I did when I had free time was play The Witcher 3. It was a fantastic game.
There you go.
Are you gonna watch the series?
I'm so excited for the series. When they announced Henry Cavill? Superman. When they announced Superman as the lead, I was like, oh, come on. He's going to look ridiculous. And then I saw the first couple of photos, and I was like, it's not as ridiculous as I thought. This could be okay.
Yeah.
But as everything more has come out, I've gotten more and more excited about it.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
This one already smells out.
It comes out next Friday.
Wow. Damn.
We've already been renewed
Witcher
for another
season.
season.
Yeah.
What are you on, number 5?
Yes, sir.
Is this as far as you think I'd make it? It's 5?
I said 6.
So I'm farther?
No, you would make it 6 in. Sorry, clarify.
Oh, so technically this is the 6th one. Right?
Technically.
Yeah. So this is it for me. I'm going to tap into this.
I believe so, but
Okay. So my number
Let's see what
5
happens.
pick comes in from the year 2013. It is the first one in the franchise that I 100%ed, and I did it before online even launched less than 2 weeks later.
somebody's really proud of themselves.
Oh, yes. Because this was not an easy game to 100%, and especially in the small window I did it in. GTA 5.
Wow.
You haven't
See,
earned-
again,
you haven't earned
the
that
repeats.
yet.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the only one in the series I've 100%ed, and I'm going to brag about that because that was hard.
Yeah.
AF. Having to fly the planes like this through the buildings was one of the challenges. Having to scuba dive and find things. Like, literally, I did every single thing to achieve the 100% step.
Did you technically earn that pick yet? There you go.
I did earn it. No going back. I was so excited to share that one because that's a proud moment.
All right.
Yeah, we could all tell.
While he's chewing here, we're on to the next one, and I will say, the crack of the bottle, I could smell it more than any of the other ones. So we're up to 600,000 Scovilles, and the pepper is
The habanero. That's a good pepper.
known to be hot.
Habanero.
Right, for a while, I feel like it was most consumers' known hottest kind of, you just see people get those
Yeah.
little orange ones.
I actually remember that being like a pop culture thing.
Yeah, well, I feel like after-
you eat a habanero.
Yeah, after the habanero, I feel like it became only if you researched it. Did you hear about them? Like, I remember the habanero, I feel like was well known. All right,
What was one of the hottest for a while?
we're on the pick 4.
4.
Okay, pick
Yeah.
4. 2017.
Yeah, with that habanero though, like I'll make salsas and I'll use just 1 or 2 habaneros, and if I tell anybody there's habanero in it, they're just like, no, I don't think I'm gonna try it. But
No.
if I don't, and they realize,
You be hiding habanero pepper and making people eat it? That's a felony.
is there like a Scoville legal scale? I don't think so.
I think so. They're later just.
They know
All
I
right.
like spicy food. It's their fault.
2017, Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh.
The
Right
sole
on.
reason I really got the Switch Really just loved, Super Mario 64 and wanted that type of kind of world graphics. I played a good amount of the ones in between those, but boy, I just thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, when I played it the first time, I came here to Travis's house and basically helped him with like the last boss battle, so I kind of ruined it for myself, but still have it. Bought the book, still working on getting as many stars and moons as possible.
Moons, yeah.
To power up my ship.
Power moon.
But yeah, definitely enjoyed it.
It's starting to work.
Yeah. Okay, so just because it hasn't happened yet, I want to point out that I did prep a little bit because I was also expecting to have bigger problems. I brought milk. It's not even open yet. I'm proud of myself. I'm gonna put it back.
We'll see where we go.
Went to the milk, huh?
My nose is
It's
starting to
you.
run.
I find it to be more frothy than
I
milk.
still feel stuffed
It is
up.
chocolate drink.
Exactly.
Mine's starting to
Thank you
run.
for knowing
Is
that.
this one gonna get
It's
me,
a
you
chocolate drink.
I don't know. I haven't had that one yet.
No, I know, but like if you're coming off of that one, you smelled this one, didn't you?
Yeah, I smelled it. That might be what triggered my nose
All
to
right,
run.
Trevor just downed it, and he's been putting way more sauce. I feel like than everybody on.
Yeah, nobody
No
saw
fear.
that. He like filled the thing up and
No
emptied
fear.
the whole thing on it.
He's
No
the chick.
fear.
We said this in the beginning. He was
That's
the
why
man,
he's in the
no
middle.
problem.
Mine is Super Mario Odyssey, just like you.
What the heck?
It was a great game.
This is
One of my
hilarious.
most favorite Mario games in a while.
Absolutely.
I kind of wish they would make a remaster Mario 64. Too,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
I
that would
love
be cool.
game.
I love being able to go back to the castle, right? When you make it that far into the game, you're able to be at
Watch
like
it. I
Peach's
got you.
castle
Yeah.
and walk around and
Spoiler alert: the unlockable that's there
oh
for the costume.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes.
good. So
Yes. Yes.
good. So, for those that don't, spoiler alert:
The spoiler alert doesn't spoil anything.
Mario 64. You
Yeah.
unlock the attire.
Your skin. You look like 64 in the game.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Stupid Sexy Flanders. There is eggnog right there that Travis has.
He's got a cup. He hasn't touched it yet. Though.
Label out.
Doing good.
I'm saving that.
That's
for
true.
last.
Yeah, label out. Let people know. Oh, it says. Oh, it says.
it says it's bigger.
better
level. Alright. You ready for chewing?
I'm ready for chewing.
Alright. Kevin says, yeah, except eggnog is gross.
What?
Truth, facts?
It's thick. That's what you need here.
Ugh.
It's a thick drink.
Henry says, my number 4 probably I'll get heat for, but Resident Evil Bio?
Maybe 7.
Maybe 7? I think
Yeah.
he's on 7.
I think it means the phone game, doesn't he?
Rob, would you like me to solve this for you?
No. I would like to.
So
I don't know. I would like something, but it
real
probably
quick,
won't be
since
that.
you still finish it, you guys had Nintendo games. I want to say this about my list as a spoiler ahead of time.
Mhm.
Not a single Nintendo game made my list.
I'm absolutely
Wow.
floored by that.
That is floored because
legitimately.
if you remember going back to the dosage last time we did our top 10 of ever, or top 5 of everything, yeah, you were just rocking the Nintendo. You
I
loved
think
it.
I had a rant about some things
Absolutely.
too.
Oh, you definitely did.
That is
wanna-
great.
I think
Somebody want to back me up here so I don't
Alright,
get
watch
accused
it.
of cheating?
Yeah, we're
I
watching.
think we lose Travis on this one.
Oh, you're drawing. That is.
You think that's the one I tap?
Yeah, this one's pretty. It's
Yeah?
up there.
You feel
It's
it.
up there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
The last
God.
couple have been lingerers. Like they stay.
This one you feel right
Stay.
away.
But I'm so close to the end. This is 7. I only have 3 more to go.
All right, so my number 5 or 4, right?
Yeah,
Yep,
4.
Number 4.
Number 4, I've got Halo Reach.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I know probably it's not on any of your other lists because it's not on Travis's.
No, it's a great game.
You did say it just missed the cut, right?
Yeah, it just missed
But-
the cut. It's
yeah.
a great game.
For me, it was just a refreshing take on that with the loadouts and just something different. They were kind of advancing the game, making it a little bit different. Really enjoyed the campaign, and then I probably spent more time in the online than on that I have like any other game. So I had to go pretty high on my list because of that.
Right on.
You
I
and
feel like I
I
don't-
used to play that all the time.
I feel like I don't know enough about Reach then.
Reach is great. The book is really good too. If you get a
Mm-hmm.
chance, I have the book.
I do want to check out the books for that.
You know what I want to check out?
Well, it's free right now.
I want to check you eat that nugget.
I actually have Game Pass. And I have Game Pass Ultimate, so I've got it on both.
Play it while it's free.
I'm going to. Maybe. Before I eat mine, I'm not gonna. Before I eat mine, Kevin says, "WTF is wrong with you? How is Breath of the Wild not on your list, Travis?"
You know, yeah.
So
I know.
y'all give him shit for that
There we
while I
go.
chew. Hold on, let me.
Before we
Yes,
get,
yes.
Big Rob.
if we make it to our number 1, let's all recap our lists.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So
All right, here we go.
And let's all go sauce down.
Oh, what?
Sauce down.
I feel that one.
Yeah.
God.
Oh boy. It just
That's
gets
the first one.
It gets worse though. Like it's a grower.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
It's
She
starting.
said.
There it
It's
is.
a girl and a shower.
All right, while you're go ahead and do the pick while we're struggling through it. That'll be fun.
All right. I'm going to do something stupid.
Oh, he licked the fork. What are you doing?
Get at my level, Travis.
Wow.
He doesn't use it for.
No, you want to play?
Do it. My number 4, now that I'm actually going to remember my pick this time.
Yes.
Oh, God, there it is.
I'll do it.
I found it. I might have to open the milk.
I'm gonna battle.
I'm okay. I'm okay. My number 4, and the reason I got it on my pedestal a minute ago, was Mass Effect 2. My favorite game out of the original trilogy, but especially after playing Andromeda,
Struggled.
after it was fixed, I am a little bit. After playing Andromeda, after they fixed it, even more so, I desperately wanted the remake. And EA, every now and again, there'll be like a tease, and people will be like, EA's working on it. And then EA will be like, no, we're not.
Don't believe.
Maybe. But we're not. I'm like, just fucking do it. Everybody wants it. We will give you all the money. Give me Mass Effect. Time's up, Travis.
I thought you were gonna go forever.
I
Okay.
can
I might
confirm.
have. I
Number
might have.
4, right?
Been
Number 4?
sauced.
Yeah, number 4.
I've been sauced. 2014. This might surprise you all, but I've put 1 million hours into this. Minecraft. You got my level.
There it was. Oh, I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you did that.
Oh, there's just floorboard.
Yeah, it is. Wow, Minecraft.
While he's crying, Henry said if they made
this nice?
Street Sharks in an arcade 1-up, I'd put that in my top 10.
Oh, Street Sharks is good.
Oh shit, you're right. Son of a bitch.
What'd you do?
I left the close-up camera on me. I'm so bad at this.
You missed out. That was a good one. Holy cow, that was warm.
Well, they got a
we
good
are-
shot of you and me reacting to you.
So we're going from
So-
600 Scovilles, right? Is that where we were just at?
600,000.
600,000. Now we're up to
1 million.
1 million.
Oh,
Oh.
Ghost pepper time.
everyone.
1 million Scovilles.
He didn't want to do it.
All right.
Kevin said do it again because we missed it. You got to redo. Doesn't count.
Alright.
So the ghost pepper. This is the house pepper that I've ever had.
I'm not doing that many.
I've been pretty consistent. I'm just standing around the 6 mark here.
Right.
I've been at 5.
I think I did. I think I did more on this last one.
Oh, that habanero lingers.
Okay. I
It's actually okay
expect
now.
some potential moans and groans from this next one. I'm not sure your guys' experience with it. It is from 2012.
A Space Odyssey. Anyway, while
Sauce.
he's chewing,
Sauce down.
you're a crazy man. Kevin says, make sure the bathroom is cleared out for Rob when he gets home.
It's a back burner.
Were mistakes made? Is that what's happening?
It's a back burner.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm running, dude.
You might want to bow now. Are you ready? PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
Get out of here. That is not on your
It
list.
is on my list.
I can see
Done.
it on his list. I am surprised.
I lived in a house with 6 other guys, and we played the shit out of this game. And it was to the point where it's just every type of drinking game that you can imagine added onto it. And man, that is hot.
So it's more so the memories that you had with the game as opposed to the game.
I still enjoyed the game. I liked the idea of building up to your supers to be able to knock people out. I liked
So it's basically Smash Brothers, but PlayStation.
being able to play as different
For those who
characters.
don't know.
Absolutely. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I knew that you guys wouldn't like it. I knew you guys
right.
would shake your heads.
No, the game is garbage.
And so
I'm not going to put it that high on my list, but I'm with you. I liked it.
I really enjoyed it because we haven't seen one on that side of the world yet where you got to play as characters like those. So
What I'm really waiting for is for everyone to cave in and just go, okay, Nintendo, you can use our shit.
yes.
You know,
That
I mean,
needs to happen. I mean, we already got Snake
Mega
on
Man and
there.
Snake.
Okay.
Oh,
time for-
the habaneros.
Time for the
coming up.
next trick. I'm going crackers.
Oh, we're caving now.
There's no shame in the game.
All right, here we go. All right, so give him 2 seconds to chew. Alan says Fortnite. X-Men Destiny.
Get on my level.
Oh,
What the fuck did you just
You're
do? Die.
did you save some for the rest of us?
No.
Wow.
You're welcome.
No, seriously though, is there?
Yes, there's
Are you saving? Are you Satan? You are gonna just.
Stupid Sexy Flanders says it's even hotter coming out.
My
You are
number
not
3
using my bathroom.
Good thing he lives close. That's all I'm saying.
My number
my
3
God.
is Spider-Man.
On PS4?
PS4
It's
Spider-Man.
good game. What the hell is wrong with you, Trevor? Jesus Christ.
Did you just hiccup?
Yeah.
Did you just hiccup?
Oh, is that a good sign?
Oh,
Well, yeah, you
No. Ladies and gentlemen, he still has the chip that he has promised to do because of your generous donations earlier on
Like
the show.
3 times. We did it
Oh,
3
no.
times.
The,
Oh
the,
my
the
God.
ghost camera is tweaking out here. Kevin said, "Holy shit!" Caleb stood up, and it was like his parents never got married, and he was fading from existence.
What?
How to get the bread.
Is this Back to the Future?
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Are we moving on? You
Yeah.
Ready?
I'm
We
not
did
cleaning
another-
the bath.
Oh, hey.
Another
I got
donation?
a emote thanks to Alan.
Nightmare
Wow.
1,000-bit donation.
Hip hip.
Hooray!
That's hot. Oh.
And he also cheered share rewards to 25 others in chat. That's
All right, here we go.
All right.
Go for it.
Go. We're on number 3, right? Still?
Yeah.
It's number
Yeah,
3.
Oh, I'm gonna sauce up while he's doing that.
Wow. He's thinking about it.
Not bad.
Oh, jeez. I just looked at it.
All right.
He's taking
Oh,
shots.
like
He
I was-
says it's not bad, and you're dying.
Hold on. You know what? I did
Expecting
5.
worse.
I did 5.
Based on the hiccup and the
7.
reaction.
That
I
was
did
just how
7.
it went down.
I
I guess it's.
I
I
just
guess it
did
was just a
7.
bigger jump than I expected.
Which actually reminds me, so I was doing the, I don't know if you've ever been to a Quaker Steak and Lube before.
Yeah.
Andrea
Have you
says
done
your
the
cat is
triple
freaking
topic
out.
challenge?
I'm going to be freaking out after this
So
one.
they do a triple topic challenge where you have to sign a waiver, and it's like I think it's 500,000 on the Scoville scale, but you have to eat like 8 wings at that,
Oh.
covered in that sauce at that.
Have
And
you?
you sign a waiver. So I did it,
I don't know.
and I got to the end, and I had this friend who was just like, "Oh, it can't be that bad," and he just took a little piece of celery stick and swiped a little bit of sauce and bit into it, and immediately hiccuped.
Yeah.
Just I'm like, "Oh yeah, not that bad, huh?"
No, it's totally fine.
So number 3, I've got GTA 5. So
Oh,
Wow.
Again.
overlap.
so
Good
for
call.
kind of all the reasons you've already said, a lot of side missions, the online
So
multiplayer
much
is
to
great.
do.
So yeah, it's just they seem to keep
I'm
improving
surprised.
pretty well.
I'm surprised.
I'm really excited to see the next game. Honestly, GTA 6.
If they
Super
ever make
excited.
it, because they're making so much money in 5.
It'll come
They'll,
out.
they'll make one.
I'll be-
If they're real smart, they'll make it and then literally just copy paste the online with the new assets and leave it the hell alone.
Yeah. That's alright. I'm waiting for Watch Dogs
Camera
Legion.
switch. You ready?
All right,
This is gonna be worth it.
I went from 5 to 7.
Drops?
Kevin, yes.
Oh.
He's tapping out after this one. This is it for Rob.
Might
We'll
be.
see.
This is the end of his night.
Kevin says I was gonna do it with him, but my stomach's been kind of messed up. That's not interesting. I'm sad I read it now. Henry said the half bath needs to just be demoed.
Eat the nug.
I'm eating it.
Number 3.
Maybe he'll
Number
learn
3.
it. We'll see.
Yeah, I had a feeling my game was gonna get that reaction, but I stand true to where I'm at.
It's alright. You gotta have some ones that are
That's true.
contested. And it's your list. It's not the
That's
actual
true.
best list.
He's never felt
here it comes.
so less about me. Oh, here.
I'm gonna get that hiccup in a second.
Oh boy.
I don't know if I'm gonna get through my pick before I get a hiccup. I can feel it. It's struggling. Oh, if I wasn't red normally, I'd be red now. I feel that way. You know, this whole time I started getting cocky up to like.
You got cocky because you put 2 more on.
No. I mean the 2 before this. I was like,
Oh.
this ain't shit. I'm gonna finish this challenge. And then that last one, I was like, maybe not, but I'm gonna try. And then this one, I was like, fuck it. I can't let the man do a shot and not at least help myself a little bit. Like I'm behind, but I can't be that far behind. Oh, now I'm drooling instead.
He really likes this pick.
I'm salivating at the thought of my number 3 being Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Well,
Yep.
what do you got?
Game was super good. No, I put the game up as high as I did, not because of all of the memories and the time I spent playing it, because I actually never even beat the game. Because, like with any of these massively open world games, Breath of the Wild, Skyrim, Fallout, stuff like that, I get very easily overwhelmed with the lack of specific direction. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Even GTA 5 was kind of borderline because you could kind of do whatever you wanted, especially with the character switching, but the narrative was still decently focused. So Breath of the Wild got that high on my list purely because it completely overhauled every ounce of one of my favorite game franchises on Earth in only good ways, with one exception. I hate the weapon durability and the shield durability.
Yeah.
I hate it. It would be fine if they just scaled it down a little bit. But that was my number 3, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, 2017 Nintendo Switch.
You gotta get all that.
Okay, here we go.
Number-
Son, I can see it.
Yeah,
I'm
number
actually
3.
okay now.
Number 3, 2011. What's this one, Ghost Pepper?
A million Scovilles down the hatch.
I'll put it back in.
Do another shot.
That was a little long. So, I'm about the opposite of that. It's just like slow.
Yeah.
I'm quite the opposite of my approach to RPGs. I love to canvas the map. And I'm very obsessive. I'm very obsessive compulsive. Where with like in Breath of the Wild, did I say my pick for number 3 yet?
No, I don't think so.
You said you're the opposite with
He's
RPGs.
hallucinating.
I think this is gonna be this is That's my pick. No, Skyrim from 2011. Good God, that's hot. But I'm very obsessive compulsive when it comes to collecting things, and I blame Andrea for this. She made me this way. I used to not collect all the little things. I was also overwhelmed by it, but now it's very methodical. Like Skyrim, I went up and down from left to right, or whatever path was convenient. And I'll do that with all these games. Holy shit. But yeah, Skyrim, that's my 3rd. Jesus Christ.
We're on.
What do we got?
14
million.
No, I tap out in advance.
1.4 million Scoville. This is the scorpion pepper.
Oh,
God, I can't talk. I'm like,
Oh,
what
shit.
that?
there was a... Oh, I got a kernel from that last one. I'm getting it
Yeah.
all over again, son of a bitch.
Holy shit. That was hot.
Alright, so while he's saucing up and about to chew, I'm going to hit
Going
some
big.
stuff from the
I'm
chat.
going big.
Okay. Caleb's lost it, you guys. He's lost it.
You guys have made your points.
Solid 13 drops.
Kevin
Yeah,
says...
oh, but it fell. I'm going to swipe it.
Kevin says you mean scrim?
All right. 2013. That's a lot of sauce. Where they can see it.
Holy shit, man. Oh.
Alright.
Oh.
iRob says stop being such a baby, Travis. Cody says Nos to stop heat is a terrible choice. I'm not trying to stop the heat. I'm trying to stay hydrated, which also makes it a terrible choice. I just really like the flavor.
It's in the throat. We're down. We've breached the throat.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Oh, God, I feel the pain for me.
2013, The Last of Us.
That's a good game.
Oh, that was honorable mention for me. It was so close. I bumped it for Heavy Rain.
This is the first time that I can remember where I actually stopped in the middle of a world. Obviously, where there weren't, clickers
Spore
trying to
creatures
find me.
and yeah.
And I would just look, I would just look around because of how
Yeah,
it was
the
just
environment
such a
was-
beautiful world, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And then it may have been one of the first games that I can remember, and maybe it's the heat flowing through me. Where you have different ways of trying to get your people, right? You can try and go all out, or you can try and be on the quiet side. And I'm a very, I'm a very indecisive person, and so I struggled with it, but it was definitely a fun game. And I remember, like, the first time I ran into there's a bloater, like the biggest dude in the gym. Whew, that was hard, and this is hot. And Trevor, please go ahead.
So I think for the last one, if we all make it, we need to replicate that.
Go big.
Yeah.
And I swiped. I don't know if you guys saw it.
I saw it. I saw all of it. You were...
I'm good now.
It got real quiet in there.
Cracker should be safe though.
Trevor's just unfazed by
Andrea
all this.
says Angel is deaf possessed.
Yeah, people keep talking about the angel above Trevor.
Oh, yeah, in the fireplace. Gotcha.
That's just a green screen.
No, it's a fireplace.
Oh, that's right.
My hands aren't cold anymore.
That's
That's a plus.
the fireplace is warming you up.
That or I've just lost all feeling in my extremities from the heat. Who knows?
I don't know, but I'm feeling a little dizzy.
Kevin said, I know that's supposed to be a lovely fireplace scene, but that damn angel is creeping me the hell out.
Do you feel this one?
I feel it. I mean, it's hot. And
I don't. Yeah, we're good.
my number 2 pick is 2018 God of War.
That's a good game.
Wow, that's your number 2?
What the fuck is your number 1 then?
We'll see.
Love that game.
You know what?
I already replayed.
He's bathing this
platinum-
nugget right now.
Oh, what the hell?
I can't do this.
I put a whole
That's
drop
where I was
on. That's what I've been
Trying to
doing.
match.
Thank you. I will say I don't like God of War.
Flip it over and do it
only
again.
because of how OP he was in Battle Royale.
Dry lips and that hurts.
I actually platinumed
Platinumed?
it. That game was
Same.
super good.
Same.
I haven't tried it. I tried it on Give Me God of War, but Jesus Christ, that was ridiculous.
Oh my god, it is right? I did it
They like
on,
one shot, yeah.
I did it on Give Me God of War, and I did it with cinematic mode on, where it
okay.
cuts everything off.
You're a cracker, man.
I'm okay.
Did you guys play God of War? I know you did,
You
right?
did. You gave it to me. Yeah.
I did
Okay.
not.
Yeah,
First of all, you should.
yeah, Henry, that Valkyrie Queen was a bitch to fight.
Yeah, I'm not even like I tapped out on Give Me God of War, so I'm never gonna get that far. But like doing it in cinematic mode in general was also awesome for the same reason you were talking about Last of Us. You could just stop anywhere and just be like, "Look at this."
Plus,
It was
as
a
you're like
gorgeous game.
going around in the boat, the stories the head tells.
Lumire, yeah. All right, you
Here we
ready?
go.
I'm ready.
That's a saucy
All right.
Got it sauced up.
I wish we'd had an extra camera so you guys
A
could see.
vertical. Yeah. Watch you get a little drop next to the phone. Don't get yourself.
Oh my god.
What?
Look at this, like the first sign of recognition
Feel it,
there.
Travis.
feel it.
Yeah.
You've been doing really well. Still
I've been
doing really
avoiding
well.
the drinks.
Yeah. No shame in the game. I'm just
Intentional.
trying to be loud. Be here.
No.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
All right. So number 2, I've
I'm
got.
trying to push you out.
Oh, no.
You're trying to push me out. We're almost to the end. I might as well just suffer through it now.
All right.
You could do it, I believe.
This is where the game really
Pick
starts,
2?
though.
Is this what we're at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin, what's your number 2?
I've got Red Dead 2.
Good call.
So I'm surprised I didn't hear it yet from any of your lists, but
It just missed out on mine. It was a good game.
for me, it's just kind of like what you said when you play RPG, or I mean, not necessarily essentially RPG, but like when there's a million side missions, I easily get distracted, or if there's no story like advancing. So that's kind of where I went with this, where I played it, focused on the story for a long time, and then just went and did side missions, and then I still haven't finished it.
Evil.
That's what I
It's
have
just-
to do for that kind of stuff,
But
too.
I really didn't enjoy the online, so that was the only thing.
Really?
I haven't played that
Like,
online yet.
I
I've
tried
heard
it,
bad
and it's-
things about it.
Did you
I
play
don't
the
know.
online for the first one?
No,
Okay.
but yeah,
Because that's
so
really my
it was just-
concern about the online is how it compares to the first one.
Yeah, it was just
Your
okay.
wife would like on camera confirmation that you were cleaning the half bath.
I'm not because no one's using it. So we're going outside.
He told us we had to
That's
go
just
shit in
fun.
your bush.
Oh my god.
All right.
This is stupid.
All right, here we go.
I don't
Everybody
know.
pay close attention.
I don't know why I'm making this
I
mistake.
don't know why you did that. You're
I don't
not gonna. Oh, Andy's.
Hold it up in
Oh,
your close-up cam. There you go. So I can see it.
It's dripping off.
I can't.
You're good.
No,
Just
because
eat
it's gonna get on me, and I'm
Just
not
eat
doing
it.
that.
It's good. It's got a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay. Kevin says in middle school there was a pretty awesome
Stop
mythology
stalling.
section, and I read all of those: Egypt, Norse, Roman, Greek, etc. So yeah, I can't wait to see them delve into other mythologies. Talking about God of War.
Good for
Where-
Kevin. Eat.
Where do you guys want to see God of War go with its next mythology after Norse? Discuss.
Greek.
Atlantis.
not applicable.
You did great.
Oh, Atlantis would be cool.
Native American. Wait, don't judge me.
Yeah, Atlantis. Go underwater.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Why not?
And
Man, how you doing?
It started off fine because I got mostly nugget.
And then he tasted it.
Yeah. You know what's weird is I what's my name again? No, I cleaned up the plate with the bottom of the nugget because
Yes.
I'm stupid and I didn't think about the fact that meant there was no nugget side to chew on after that. So.
That is significantly more red.
Yep, nope, I'm opening the milk.
Hey, no shame in the game.
I made it to 2. I'm proud of myself. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Did we get a pick out of him yet? I don't think we did.
No, we
No.
have not.
Yeah.
300-bit donation from Nightmare. Hip hip.
Hooray!
Thank you so
for
much.
that.
Yep.
I can do this.
A little bit of hell.
I've only got one more after this. I'm fine.
Yeah, you got this.
And a little bit of, here we go again. My number 2 was also God of War.
Jesus, guys, did you all collaborate together or something?
Yeah, we got in a separate group
I
chat
didn't.
without you.
It's fine. It's cool. That's cool. Whatever. I feel like I'm so different than all of you.
You feel like you're different.
I expected your list to be 8 Nintendo games.
I mean, let's talk about
God,
the last
what
10
did I do
years.
that
Like,
for?
No, you're right.
the
When
Wii U
when
was not amazing.
when you take,
No.
come on, Zombie U.
it wasn't
You didn't
bad,
like that?
but these
But-
were heavy
donations
hitters.
for Goaty.
Plenty of Switch games that could have made your list.
I think.
There are.
I mean, at least 5.
You know, but they're on. Like, I have a list
Blades
left to
of
right
Steel.
here.
That doesn't help. Alright, good luck to you.
Okay.
Number 2 from 2014.
There is some sauce on the
sauce.
nugget. Yeah.
Come
Oh,
on,
it's
Travis.
covered-
Don't win out.
I did more drops on this one than I've done for all of them. You
This
can
is
attest to
true.
it.
I think you should go sauce
Oh my
down.
God, I'm
just
dying
saying.
here.
I think you should go sauce down.
You all right, buddy?
No.
Oh, he's doing it. Sauce down, ladies and gentlemen.
I got some on my finger.
Good reaction.
So someone
Don't get it near your eye.
He's stalling, so it'll drop down.
From 2014, number 2. Oh, that's way worse. That was a mistake. Don't do sauce down. Don't do sauce down.
Nightmares. You're talking about the codes, the cans in front. Those are the holiday dew.
We may or may not be searching for sponsors.
Oh my god.
It changes the game. While he thinks about getting his life
It's
choices.
getting worse.
It just doesn't
You still got
stop.
another one, buddy.
Oh, the tip of my tongue is numb.
The sides of my tongue are trying to attack the
Oh! Walkman's hot. Oh god. No.
There it comes.
Good thing you
The
lived
first
right?
drink of that nog. Oh yes.
No, it's called Merry Mashup.
Oh god, it doesn't go away. It's just burning.
I didn't even put the lid back
I'm
on.
surprised you didn't break out the ice cream sandwiches.
May I, before he gets in, may I suggest the last nug needs sauce on either
Drenched.
side?
Yeah.
Drenched and or on both sides?
You go fuck yourself.
There's no way to get you can't avoid the last sauce.
No.
No, this is stupid.
This is your fucking idea.
Ooh, that looks very red.
Just stop being
That is-
PG real
That's
fast.
blood red right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even
Alright.
want to smell that.
Ah, fucking hell. It does not go away.
No
Sauce
fucking-
down. Why did you make me do sauce down?
If you just
drenched
added
my
more
nugget.
drops, it wouldn't have got to that point.
Fucking hell. I haven't even said my pick yet.
Nope.
Diablo 3. Go.
Alright, while he contemplates his life choices, the last one here, we're 2.1 million Scovilles. Do you want to let him know or do you want me to let him know?
The Carolina Reaper. Fuck.
And yeah, I mean, this is like blood. This is like what you may see tomorrow in the toilet red is what we're looking at here.
Oh my god.
Hey, Bat. Travis is dying. So is it Rob? The rest of us are alright.
Yeah.
It's a smart choice, honestly. Coat the mouth.
Andrea
we're
says
going in.
snort it like Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, I would snort her.
I don't think that's what she meant, but I'm
Alright.
with you.
One side.
Oh my god. No, don't do it.
Oh, you sons of bitches.
That is so hot.
See, I don't think the
Stupid.
shaking is because of the cold right now.
Stupid Sexy Flanders Zero says, my
Alright.
face is redder than Rudolph's
Do we feel like this
nose."
is good?
Hashtag Christmas reference.
Whatever she'd let us.
Are we happy
Is
with
it smart
my?
or what? I said whatever she'd let us.
Do I get approval?
That is how.
Double coverage.
No.
You're so stupid.
That's too much.
Okay.
Everyone has to do double coverage.
And the last pick, 2011.
Let's all watch Caleb contemplate his life choices now. Like, I'm okay.
Somehow quieter,
I might die here, but I'm
but
okay.
I do feel the face starting to sweat a little bit.
I'm not sweating at all.
I can't feel my tongue.
It still hurts.
Yeah, it's bad. It's
Alright.
I
bad.
drank like half my milk.
2011, by far, in my opinion, the best game in the franchise, Dead Space 2.
You had 2 Dead Space games?
I did. Dead Space was, in the height of my gaming life when I lived with all my friends where I played the most games. We would have parties where we'd just take turns playing and watching, and Dead Space 2, yeah, probably just some of my best video game times just in general. The spooks, the anti-scares, the think I got you, then out of nowhere they hit you. Also, it was the first game. I didn't play the first one. I started off on the second one.
It finally subsided. It does go away.
I started off on the second one, so
Look at his eyes.
to come up with a game where you have to take out the limbs instead of the head or the body, that was
Yeah.
such a cool concept for me. Something that if you didn't read the writing of blood on the walls, you would have never known that. And so, I don't know, such a super cool game. Love the franchise. It's one that I keep kneeling and praying over hot sauce that they'll bring another something back or remastered, but I don't think we'll ever see because not as much loved of a game. But yeah, that's my
The
pick.
first one was phenomenal.
What's up, Batman?
The first one was really good. Second one,
Hanging in there.
good. Third one, not so good.
you see this man's
Is
eyes?
that you? The first one, the second one, and now you're the third one? Not
His
so
eyes are
good?
just red.
You gonna make it?
There it is. It's
Sauce on
brewed.
the side.
Double sauced.
Something's brewed.
Alright.
Oh, you know what? I got so distracted.
Oof.
I don't like either of you right now. If I double sauce this, you're double saucing.
I'll double sauce. Damn.
One sauce.
To rule them all. And in my anus binder.
Ooh, more than one on the first side.
No, I'm not doing that. Just absolutely forget that nonsense.
My number one pick, 2017, Breath of the Wild.
Oof.
Oh yeah, I
Put
forgot.
so many hours into that game.
I forgot that wasn't on your list up to this point. That
Just
should not
great
surprise me.
game.
Is it stronger if I don't drink on
Zelda's
this one?
probably my
More
favorite
impressive?
game
Yeah.
series ever.
Take a shot. You want to be really impressive?
Let the man talk about his number one pick. He's earned this.
Sorry.
Just I gotta go back and replay it again, but because I don't have my save file anymore. But yeah, I probably don't. I got rid of my Switch at the time.
You didn't have the cloud save?
No.
He got rid of his before they implemented the cloud saves.
I can't breathe.
All right.
Alright.
Really should be the other way around.
We can confirm double sauced.
Yep. Oh, and he's scooping.
Yep.
Oh, it's just so many boogers.
Oh boy.
There we go.
It does get better. I'm okay now.
Oh
Well,
boy.
touch my lip a bit.
Oh, you could be in trouble.
Bad switch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
don't let it
as I
touch
did
your
that
skin.
earlier. It messed my stomach up. That wasn't the heat either. It was just how it went down.
Acid. I know.
Yeah, so the chat is talking about Trevor chugging sauce, which he already did.
That was picked 3 or 4. I mean, 7.
It was a while back. It happened.
Yeah, it was halfway through.
Something like that.
It's not bad. I mean, it's hot. It's.
Yeah.
But I guess I was expecting worse. I mean, with it being the Reaper.
I felt the last one was worse. It made my lips tingle. This one,
I feel like the last for me too. The last one was worse than this, even though I had more sauce on this one. Anyway, my number one pick is Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Yeah.
For me, that's just a lot of just childhood.
that's not double
memories.
sauced.
He's double saucing it.
I'm flipping it
That's
over.
3 drops sauce.
Let him talk.
about to be 6.
He's earned this. Let him talk about his pick.
Smash Brothers Ultimate is the number one game.
He wants to talk about it. Let him talk. Asshole.
There.
So-
3 on one side, 5 on
Let
the other.
him
you
talk!
Crybabies.
Still not letting him talk.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll cut
Why
you,
did I do
scared
that?
dumbass.
What do you got?
So anyway, just good online mode, good story mode, good. I mean, glad to see all of the characters, kind of everything back. Because as annoying as ice climbers are,
Fucking ice climbers,
I
right?
remember like I did a tournament when I was, I think in high school, did one on Melee, and I ended up getting like third place just because this duo just used ice climbers constantly and just edge guarded and
Yeah.
frustrating. But anyway, I feel like it's balanced really well in the new game. There are some that are overpowered, but for the most part, if they are, they're slower. They have
There's some ways to
lower
counter them.
abilities,
Yeah.
so, that's my number one.
Classic pick.
My skin.
Again, one of those ones I'm surprised that I haven't heard yet. Right?
Smash Brothers made it to my honorable mention list, honestly. But the reason they got edged out against these other really, I'm totally fine now. And I know I just chugged like a shit ton of milk, but
Not
like,
up to me.
no, I know, and that's what's horrifying is how long it took me to get back to center here. But I pushed Smash Brothers off my list largely because to me it was more of the same. Like it took everything that came before and just said, "Here you go, have it all again." Which I thought was awesome, don't get me wrong. Like I was super happy they did it, but it pushed it off the list for me for that reason.
Yeah.
That's as much selling as I think I'm gonna get out of
Yep,
this.
it is.
So
I don't know, you only got a couple drops, so it's probably not even gonna be as worse.
Nope.
As bad as the last one.
Yeah.
you know what? I'll tell you what.
Technicality. He has double sauced
I got
it.
some extra.
No.
Yeah. No, the bottle's still down here.
I'm getting all the sauce that was left on the plate.
A little bit more if you need.
Oh, okay.
I hate myself and I want to die.
Oh,
That's tonight.
Regret.
Tomorrow you will die.
no regrets.
Probably later on in the bathroom. But
That's what I'm worried about.
I don't think we've consumed enough.
is that what the ice cream is for? Not your mouth. It's for your ass.
Shove an ice cream sandwich up there.
I don't care what flavor it is. Just shove it up there. Andrea,
Oh, fucking
she's
shit.
gonna need you to do that because
It went up my nose.
So your pick before it's too late.
Oh my
It's
god.
already too late.
Don't keep touching.
My nose. No. Inside it went up my nose. Outside is fine. I'm waiting for the blood to start spraying out of my face.
This is gonna be Carrie in a minute.
Seriously, did you guys see what I did? Everything that was left on my plate, plus some of what was on his.
Some?
Still not as much as us, but keep going.
No, I didn't say it was as much as him, but
I
more
know.
than he's probably gonna do.
No, he's got a good amount.
I got a lot of there.
I know. I gotta raise the stakes over here.
It is soaked in because you've been taking so long blabbering.
I will sit here. Is what I will
I
do.
know
I'm
you
not
will.
gonna threaten anybody because my
Look at
face
that.
hurts right now.
Put that cap on.
My number one
you
for
need more?
2018, from 2018,
You want more?
You do.
Let the
Was-
man talk, Justin.
was Spider-Man PS4 because so many feels. I honestly don't remember the last time in the entire decade I cried as much as one specific point in Spider-Man. I don't. Yeah, fuck it. It's been out for a year at this point. Spoiler alert: Aunt May dies. That was hard enough on my feels as it was, but then Stan Lee died, and then his cameo in the game was just, and then the follow up to that was his cameo in Into the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
where he was like, "I'm sure gonna miss him." I'm like, "I sure am, Stan." But yeah, that was it. Spider-Man just kicked the shit out of me emotionally.
He
Good
died
game.
on my son's birthday.
It's a great game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
We
He has
didn't.
double sauce and his finger. Oh, what are you doing with your lip? With your
don't
hands?
touch it with your hands.
I
Man.
can do what I want.
You're not touching your wife with those hands.
No, for a month.
It's gonna get real hot.
I am so glad I
She
had
already
to
said you
cam on
couldn't
you
kiss
when
her
you did
for 2
that.
weeks.
What?
She already said you can't kiss her for 2 weeks.
This is definitely more sauce than we've seen on the Travis Nugs. in
When
a while.
she's sleeping, she don't know.
Oh, she'll know.
That's like borderline.
Oh, she's gonna find out real fast.
That's like putting habanero in salsa. Not
One of the things we didn't
Sexy
do,
anime.
which we said we were gonna do, was we were gonna recap our.
Do you want us to recap before you eat?
We don't need to at this point.
Okay.
We've gone too far.
I mean, we can still recap, but he's
So-
got to eat his nugget.
I'm impressed. All of you
so
made
kill
it through. I'm about to make it through. We did
Round of
it.
applause to
Yeah.
all of us. Good job, guys.
So, my
Few
number one
surprises here,
pick
but-
comes from the year 2013. I hate this. No heat yet.
I don't understand this.
It comes in
The
later.
one
The
before was
Scorpion
worse.
was worse.
Scorpion was worse.
That one made my lips tingle.
I'm gonna be really honest. I didn't hear most of what got said after I ate that one.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. It's a slow.
Yeah.
What was this last one? Carolina Reaper?
The Carolina Reaper.
It
Oh,
wasn't nearly as bad as the Scorpion.
it comes. You linger in.
Well, I mean, it's staying, but general heat wasn't that bad.
Just wait till you start talking, then you'll feel it.
Yeah, a little more air in there.
Yeah, when you get air going.
Mouth breathe.
That's
mouth
what.
breathe.
Oh, that's where they say the dragon breathing. I was like, keep talking, it keeps coming.
Oxygen feeds the fire.
It really does.
Close your mouth.
Oh, because now it's like I can feel it slowly. Like, oh god,
It went up my nose.
it's coating the inner part of my throat in the back where my tonsils would be. They're just there's like a wall of fire just going.
Kevin says the Scorpion burned out my heat sensors. That
Oh.
could be. Redbeard says he's proud of us. I'm also proud of us. Thank you so much for that.
My number one pick, though, BioShock Infinite.
Legitimately surprised, but not displeased at all. I can see that. Oh
Amazing
god, my
game.
lips.
Amazing game, the music, the world. The funniest part about it was the only BioShock. This is awful.
My shot.
It's the only. Wow. The only BioShock that I didn't pre-order, and when I saw it, I can't do this. When I saw it at E3, I was like, "Why are you taking people out of Rapture?" I'm not talking like this.
Dramatic effect.
It definitely is. Wow.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Let's get
It's
a
all
second.
up to you. Okay.
Holy shit.
Kevin says he thought you were about to cry.
I was going to, but I was so kind of opposed by this BioShock because the second one,
I can see it's really moved you.
it really did.
I
The second one, when you played primarily as the Big Daddy, the DLC was really good. I'm trying to act here. This is awful. The fact that they were in the sky, and this is around the time of Skyward Sword and all this other stuff. I thought
yeah.
it was jumping at.
Wow.
I just thought it was such a weird gimmick and to remove from everything it worked so hard to achieve with Rapture. But then I played it after it came out and I fell in love with the game. That's my number one pick. This is just getting worse by the second.
5,000 bits, he'll do another shot.
He's not saying no. I don't think he heard that.
I did.
Are you contemplating it?
All right, we have the chip.
All right. Let's go over to Trevor.
This is the chip. It's the Packy, I guess. One chip challenge.
You said
with
in the
Carolina
fireplace.
Reaper.
I have a feeling this is going to be way hotter than that sauce.
Yeah, I feel like the dry heat is always worse
Oh,
than the wet heat.
absolutely.
Hold on.
It literally coats your mouth.
Should we split it with Rob for a 5,000 bit donation?
Who's got the 5,000 bits?
5,000 bit to split it with Rob.
5,000 total or 5,000 in one go from one person?
I'd say total.
Total, yeah. If anyone wants to chip
If we
in.
can get a
if we
couple
can-
in.
If we can hit 5,000.
Chip in.
Ooh.
Chip in. See, he's the
Trevor,
only
have
I
you,
want to do it.
have you done this
I
before?
don't.
No.
Have you done any of them? Because this looks different. I feel like I've seen them before. I've never seen
This
the
is the
black one.
2019 version.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll say, is it normal?
Have you seen people
black?
do this?
Yeah, is it normal
Yeah,
black?
It's not normally black. People struggle with this.
I seen LA Beast did it, but of course he added stupid stuff because he's stupid. I mean, he's funny, but he goes overboard with stuff. And
Stupid
not-
Sexy Flanders says, I'll give you 12 Pinball Pete tickets.
What are we going to do with that?
5,000 full chip to Travis. Ooh.
No.
I wouldn't
We
let you.
take more than that.
I wouldn't let
Cody
you.
says, I want tears. Andrea says, I don't think Trevor wants to split it. I don't think he does.
We'll come downstairs and eat the chip.
That's not going to fucking
And you're sleeping at my house?
Summer party.
Oh, no. We just dropped frames hard for a minute there.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Too much
it,
heat.
it should be okay now, I hope.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin
Alright.
even chimed in, stream is lagging.
I'm not sure we're getting any more.
Is it still? Because at this point, it's okay on our side. Okay. Dullboy Jack says, what's with the big heads? We wanted reaction cams, and we decided to do it at the last minute, so it's kind of jank, but that's what we had. So,
Oh,
For those joining the stream late, I'm Rob Locksteady. This is Justin. The man with the angry
my
chip
fingers.
is Trevor.
Burn my
Followed up
fingers.
by Caleb and my
You're
my
not supposed to hold
normal
on to it.
co-host.
What do you want me to
Travis.
do?
Put it down while we figure out what we're doing.
Force?
Is it
You're
burning your
definitely gonna
fingers?
You're not supposed to touch it
No,
with
no.
your hands.
Oh,
You definitely need to sanitize those.
Andrea Lana says, "Excuse me, no sir."
Yeah.
She said she would.
I don't know if she's that.
Cody says, "Lana eats and I'll pay."
I think it's the other way around.
All right.
She
Nobody's
eats.
taking
she'll
the bait.
pay.
I think we're ready to go for it.
Yeah, it's. All right, so while he's chewing, let's
I think this
start
one.
our
I think
recap.
these take a second to kick.
No, I know, but while he's chewing and contemplating his poor
Tastes
life
bad.
choices.
I can't imagine it tasted good.
All right. So
Travis-
recap.
Travis- Well, okay, fine, Caleb. you
Yeah,
go
we're going
first.
to order we ate. So my recap from 10 up to 1, Deadpool 2013, Borderlands 3 2019, Dead Space 3 2013. Yes, I love Dead Space. Fallout 4 2015, King's Quest 2015, Overwatch 2016, Mario Odyssey 2017, PlayStation All-Stars
No.
Battle Royale.
Good, man.
2012, The Last of Us 2013, and Dead Space 2, in my favorite, my opinion, the favorite 2011. That was my number one pick in the past decade.
You wanna do yours? Or you wanna take a second?
Oh, he's gonna just do this. He's not
It's not
human.
gonna read through the.
It's not gonna read his fingerprint.
Just burn him right off.
The phone is just like fuck you.
Number 10, South Park Stick of Truth. Number 9 was Diablo 3. Pokemon's Shield. Grand Theft Auto 5. Borderlands 2. Tomb Raider. Super Mario Odyssey. Spider-Man. God of War. And then Breath of the Wild.
He's doing good, ladies and gentlemen. There's no.
It's affecting him a little bit.
Oh, I can see the eyes.
It's hit him a little
I can
bit.
see the eyes.
It's
You can see the
effective.
hesitation. All right, so my top 10, I've got number 10. I started with mobile games, Pokemon Go, Clash Royale, and then I've got Portal,
He's a little face.
Portal
sorry.
2, and
Where's
then
the
I've got
baby wipes?
Rocket
I wipe my
League,
hands off.
Pokemon Shield, Stick of Truth, Halo Reach, GTA 5, Red Dead 2, and then Smash Brothers Ultimate.
For my 10, I had 2010's Heavy Rain, Hollow Knight, which, I'm not going to do the years, forget it. Hollow Knight, Portal 2, GTA 5 / GTA Online, Batman Arkham City, The Witcher 3, Mass Effect 2, Legend of
so
Zelda
bad.
Breath of the Wild, God of War 2018, and Spider-Man PS4. I'm actually fine.
Yeah, I'm recovering.
Like, I'm
It
over
dies
it now.
fast. I feel
Yeah,
like it dies
that
very
went away
fast.
way faster than I expected.
Because it's working its way right through.
All right,
we
Trav,
should upload to YouTube our reactions later.
just live stream to different platforms later
Yeah.
tonight.
10-1. Telltale Walking Dead, Gears 3, Borderlands 2, Heavy Rain, Red Dead Redemption, GTA 5, Minecraft, Skyrim, Diablo 3, and Bioshock Infinite. What I want to do real quick too, since we talked about this in brief and reactions and surprises, what did it like? If you want to just point at someone or everyone, what did you think that you're surprised that wasn't on their list? Because we talked about, for me already, a lot of you are like, no Nintendo. Why?
Yeah, no Nintendo. That was very surprising.
I'm trying to think, like, for you, I'd say Minecraft.
Yeah, I came into Minecraft really late, and so I think the most Minecraft I played was with you.
Yeah.
And so I didn't have a lot of experience outside of that, and so I feel like, I had many more memories and experiences with the other games. Minecraft
I tried.
was on my long list, but
Yeah,
it
just a taste of
didn't make
that.
that kind of bottom 3 or 4 cut.
Yeah.
I think my most surprising note was like Cuphead, because I was on streaming that one, and it was one that was exciting to me, and I thoroughly enjoyed. But I think I got overly frustrated with it to the point where I was just like, it's not worth my list. I'm too mad at it.
I
Yeah.
can see that.
I don't know Trevor's gaming habits enough. I'd say probably a PC title, not more PC titles.
Honestly, the only one that surprised me was the fact that he did leave Contest of Champions out. Like,
Yeah.
ha
It was
ha ha, let's
close.
tease Trevor, but like, for real, dude, you play that game a lot. I legitimately expected it to be somewhere in the list. Even if it was number 10.
It was close.
For Justin, I thought something besides Reach, like 4. I'm surprised 4 wasn't on there because I feel 4 had a better story.
Yeah, I agree. It had a better story, but I think the online play for me, I just enjoyed Reach a lot.
It was too evolved with the shooting mechanics. They tried to keep up with the Call of Duty at the time. They made it faster.
Oh, we just got a 1,000-bit donation from the Nightmare Clinton.
Hip hip!
Hooray!
Thank you for that.
So much.
And then I guess maybe one of his indie titles, one of his millions of indie titles.
Yeah, I'm surprised Goose Game didn't make it.
You know what? It didn't even make it on the list.
Wow.
Because it came out so recently that by the time I got to that point, I already had like 50 other games.
Considering that honeymoon thing that I'm talking about.
Huh?
The honeymoon. Remember when I talk about honeymoon periods with gaming?
Oh, yeah.
It's often why I had old titles on my list.
Sure. No, I get that. And that factored in for some of the games that did make the initial list but didn't make the final cut. Was just looking back on it and go, man, I'm still too close to that to really say, that it deserves a top spot in the decade. But
I do have to pee.
Are you going to make it? Or do we need to let you out?
Time.
I need to go make pee.
Which way is easier? Probably that way. Abandoned ship.
Make a hole.
Trevor's like, I can't do this anymore.
I've been holding it for a while.
Have you?
Now, is he going to bring the mic with him?
Oh, that's so awkward.
Yeah, we did put the bathroom cam up, didn't we?
Right, we
The bathroom cam is up.
Good.
So let's switch to that.
We need verification of 1 or 2.
Let me get back to Frank here.
I can't believe you did that.
Or
Oh,
3.
man. Not the bathroom. I can't believe you did the chip.
Kev says, don't touch your wiener.
That's so true.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Wipes.
Him eating that chip didn't surprise me in the slightest. The minute he said, "I'm gonna order that," and then if somebody does enough bits, I was like, "It doesn't matter how many bits. You're gonna eat that thing."
Yeah.
You didn't buy it not to eat it.
Yeah, no kidding. But no, Goose Game didn't even make my list simply because of the sheer level to which I hold the games that did make that list in high regard. Like as much as I loved Goose Game, is it Spider-Man?
No.
Is it God of War?
No.
What was your
Breath of the
10th?
Wild?
What was your 10th?
Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
I mean,
because it's got to break that barrier.
That's
right?
what I'm saying. Like, I fucking love it, and I absolutely am going to go back to it, and I'm still going to stream it, but...
So some contenders here, since I still have some of this. You talked about Nintendo not being on mine.
We've got another 500 bits from the Nightmare.
Hip hip.
Oh, hooray.
Okay. Thank you for
Hey,
that.
thank you.
One of the ones that was close to my list, Animal Crossing New Leaf. I played a lot of
on my
that.
long list,
These are just Nintendo ones. Zelda Link Between Worlds, just because of my love and I guess sheer number one game of all time being Link to the Past. It's a replica of that. Mario 3D World, Mario Kart 8, Super Mario Maker, Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Yoshi's Crafted World, Luigi's Mansion 3. These are all Nintendo games that were like 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, as far as if I had a larger list than the top 10.
Yeah.
But
I kind of regret deleting them as I paired them off the list. I kind of wish I kept the other games just for this moment. I mean, the only one off the top of my head that I very definitively remember cutting off the list was The Last of Us, and that was a tough choice. Number 10 was very heavily between Last of Us and Heavy Rain.
I had other heavy hitters like Alan Wake. I felt was a fantastic game early on in this decade. New Vegas.
See you, Kevin.
Dead
Thanks for
Space
watching,
2, Infamous 2, Uncharted.
Infamous
3.
2 and Second Son were both cut from my list.
Portal
They were
2.
up there.
I thought I'd hear like Dishonored in someone's list.
That didn't even...
Yeah, it didn't even bring mine.
I liked them, both of them. Don't get me wrong, but
Rocket League was a contender as well.
that almost was for me.
Batman
I
Arkham
paused
Knight.
for a minute on that one.
Stardew Valley I liked a lot. It was actually my very first stream to DNA.
Really, Arkham Knight?
Arkham Knight. The Batmobile.
I fucking hated the Batmobile.
I liked it a lot. Spider-Man was a contender. Days Gone. So, I mean...
Well, thanks for all the bits, Alan.
Many more too. Like Green Day Rock Band. If you knew anything about me, I absolutely love Green Day.
I contemplated putting some of those games in there, but realistically, the thing that I loved about them wasn't the game.
Well, that's why I appreciated Green
know.
Day and like the Beatles. They had a story, and you'd actually evolve and go from venue to building up to their
Well,
height.
sure. I mean,
and then you could get
Guitar Hero
DLC
packed
packs
that in,
playing
though.
whole albums.
Yeah.
And so
Guitar Hero
it's-
factored that in at some
Right,
point, too,
Metallica
so.
and stuff too. And like that made it a little bit more unique than just here play the same like 5 songs. Here's
Smoke.
You know, here's Radiohead again. Here's
Yeah.
Weezer again. And like, while those are great bands, you know, the songs themselves in a rock band don't present that same challenge, and they become a little bit repetitive.
Yeah.
You can only play Weezer so many times on guitar, where you're just kind of like, okay.
I'll say
fun.
that was one of the things I really truly
Like,
appreciated.
they're not a bad band. But
You're pissing Justin off so bad.
well,
right now.
I say it directly to him because him and I actually had a great time at a Weezer concert together.
Sure.
So I'm making a point to say I'm not shitting on a band. We went to a concert together.
So when do we send the search party?
Yeah.
He's not coming back.
I guess my question to you guys is that I feel like, and obviously I don't remember, it's not worth going through every year, but I feel like there's probably more of the games that were on the first half of the decade than we saw maybe on the second. Would you guys agree? We saw more earlier games?
Yeah, even considering how many of the later games still did make it onto my list,
Yeah.
I would say the ones I called were largely more from the earlier half of the
Yeah,
decade.
it's
the same
than the
line.
latter.
So I guess
Everything
my-
was 2010.
sure.
The question is,
2014.
what does that say about the newer games that we've seen recently? Does that say anything about that they didn't tug at us hard enough, or that they didn't hold our attention?
I wonder if
longer?
it's the separation.
I think age is a part of it too.
Yeah.
We're playing less games.
Yeah.
I think
Like-
we're busier.
Yeah.
Do you think part of it is, and like for me, the reason that Borderlands 3 was so low on my list is that I just haven't had enough time with it, I think, to grow with the game. Whereas, like I said, I played so much Overwatch, and I had so many hours of playing and watching the Dead Space games that I think there's just, when I think of games, those easily pop in my head first because of the hours that I've put into enjoying them.
I think we're getting more picky with our gaming habits because we have this less time. We're getting more picky with where we're spending our money. We're seeing a lot more broken games, I feel, in this generation
Absolutely.
at launch, where we're just dismissing them now, even if they were fixed down the line. Anthem is a great example. Should have been a fantastic game. It just was not a complete game. Mass Effect,
DLC issues.
DLC issues.
Where you buy a game and then everyone else has a million other things that you don't have because you don't want to put more money
Exactly.
into a complete game that you already
Yeah.
purchased.
Yep.
Division and
companies-
Division 2 were both like that for me a little bit. I love both of those games, but ultimately neither of them even made it to the initial cut because there was so much extra shit. And not that the games were broken. Division 2 actually was incredibly well done and very polished when it came out. But, you know, there was all that extra shit that even if it wasn't necessarily DLC, there was just so much extra shit that, like, you may not ever get because there was, like, timed events and shit in certain games. I guess I don't know if Division had those, but I know that there are games that happen.
seasonal time things.
Yeah.
I guess I'd be curious too to hear your guys' take on, you know, what's your, if you have like a wish list of not specific games, but maybe gaming trends or things in the gaming world looking into the next decade, right? Like what do
Oh,
we?
you stole my idea.
I'm sorry, you want to say?
No, you're good.
Yeah,
I'll piggyback on that.
What's, you know, what do we want to see? Personally, I just want to see us get back to a place where my buddy can come to my house and we can play a game together.
Yeah,
right?
it's great that you make that point because that's actually where I'm kind of trending in the games that I play right now. The last, outside of Goose Game, the last like 5 or 6 games that I've bought have all specifically been because they included some form of couch co-op, and they're all like dumb-looking indie titles on PC. Unrailed, you build train tracks in front of a moving train to get to the next station, and that's all you fucking do. You know, obviously there's puzzles and shit to go with it, but like Tools Up just came out recently. It's house renovation, but everybody's got a different task, but it's you and your buddies doing shit together.
Yes.
Out of Space, you clean apartments on a space station.
Yeah.
These all have just stupid sounding premises, but they're a ridiculous amount of fun with your buddies.
Exactly.
I would never play them by myself, you know, but they're so much fun to play together.
Well, that's like when we were talking about Rocket League. Earlier.
Yeah, exactly,
Just
exactly.
Pick up and play. Like you teach someone the game in a minute, and just it obviously takes a while to get the controls down and learn strategy and when to boost, when not to boost, and how to angle your vehicle to get the shots that you want. But aside from that, it's still a heck of a lot of fun if you get online and you have someone who doesn't know what they're doing and you've got 2 good teammates that are kind of carrying your team anyway. So it's just still a good time. So I think we need more like inventive games like that instead of just another Call of Duty,
another sequel.
Yeah.
That's
like,
the other thing.
Well, and that's why Assassin's Creed fell off the list for me. I loved Origins and Odyssey both, but A, they're both almost the same game, and B, it's the franchise itself has gotten so oversaturated in general that even though I liked the story, it's like Kingdom Hearts complicated. Like, what the hell is going on anymore?
Yeah, all these companies are beating you down with sequel after sequel, and I think that was the big telling too about this the second half of this decade. We've seen continued franchises. Like we didn't see a lot of new things. I mean, you talk of The Last of Us, that was PS3. We still have yet to see 2. We've seen remasters. We've seen a hell of a lot of remasters and reboots of things. And personally,
For Mass Effect.
no, not for Mass Effect, but that lies in the failures aspect, the broken games. For me, going into the next decade, I'm already at a point where I'm kind of happy where I'm at with gaming, with what I need out of gaming. The Switch is the greatest example of this. I can pick up, suspend a game, and play it pretty much anywhere I need to. And a lot of them it has the RPG games, the more in-depth games, but it also has these simpler, smaller experiences and family-oriented and inviting. Like, you could teach any family member how to play a game and they're going to enjoy it. It's very inviting. But also, the big announcement with the Xbox Series X last night at the Game Awards, the design...
Interesting.
It's a PC.
It's a PC. There's a feature that was talked about.
That's just what they're calling it. They're like, the Xbox Series X is just a gaming PC.
Well, they're gonna. It's
Okay.
easily where they can do every 2 years or less an update to it.
Sure.
And just put out a Series X Plus or the XS or what have you. It's the mobile plan.
iPhones? No.
Well, they're gonna make
Yeah,
it.
no,
that's
I know.
the future
We're
of
following the
consoles.
trends,
They're
yeah.
just slight updates.
Henry says it's a Comcast modem.
But I mean, it does look like that. I just, for one, figure out where to put it on your shelf. Like, how does it? Can you lay them aside? And I thought too, the vertical thing. I thought that was bad for your discs or your drive.
Well, it used to be, but the mechanics in the optical drives have evolved
Sure.
significantly.
And I guess you're only installing it,
Probably,
and that's
yeah.
it. Just like the current system,
Yeah.
so it's not constantly reading.
Yeah, it's just randomizing the disc.
Hey, he did make it.
The other thing with the Xbox Series X that I want to quickly talk about, there is a feature that was confirmed in it, at least loosely confirmed, was the suspend point. Have you guys seen or heard anything with that?
Nope.
No.
Spin point. Tell me.
So
You're
this
talking
is,
like the Stadia thing where you pause it and...
yeah, and pick up play. So you can pause up to like 5 games and resume play on things at any time. So you know how the Nintendo Switch has that, where you just put it to sleep and then it keeps your game active when you boot back into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's going to do that as well. So you can game hop. So let's say you're playing Call of Duty, right? And then somebody hits you up. You want to play Gears, a match with me. Well, I'm at this part in the campaign that I don't want to give up. You can pause it, jump out of that, jump right into Gears, and play that with you. And then we play a couple matches. I'm done. I'll hop out without loading or rebooting the game or relaunching that app. I'm going right back in, no load.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, that's kind of a game changer for sure.
That's the big thing there with the ray tracing. This was the feature, right? That's what the
That's what both systems are touting. It's
So,
like their major
yeah, lower
game changer,
load.
Yeah.
better resolution, more animations. Really, it's a PC upgrade. We're into consoles being hyper PC, but a PC you're stuck with for the generation, unless you get the various upgrades like we did this time with.
S and then the X.
Which
And then the
I
PS4
still
Pro.
think only the One X is the only one that's true 4K, right? The Pro is not 4K.
I believe that's true. The PS4 Pro does 4K upscaled for most shit. I don't know
Upscaled,
if they.
but not
I don't
true
know if.
4K.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if they ever progressed to true 4K because that was my understanding was more a software limitation
Right.
than a hardware. The PS4 Pro hardware, I believe, is capable
Yeah,
of true 4K.
absolutely.
But no developer wanted to fuck with it.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah, how do you build a game just for an incremental
Yeah.
console?
Well, I'm really interested to see how long consoles are going to ignore 8K now. because
Henry
of
says the Xbox One S is true 4K.
the S.
I thought it would
I
play
don't-
4K Blu-rays, but it's not.
I thought the X was the first one that did true 4K.
That's what I thought too. I
It's
don't know.
just what I thought, is what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Henry, I came out of the bathroom. I just sat on the stairs because my stomach was burning, so I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to come back in here and just.
I have to leave right away.
It's hitting them. I knew it.
Oh,
Now the
it's
table is
Champ,
red.
you're a champ. While you're gone, we got another 500. How many was it? We got
Yeah.
another one
Yeah.
while you're gone. I think. Yeah.
But those are the things like really the next it was one of the, it was piggybacking off what you said too. That was my idea as a closer. Like, now that this decade's done, what are the things we expect and what do we already talked about looking forward to? Guarantees, we're getting a new Xbox next holiday. That's
And
kicking
PS4.
off. And PS5.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know why I said 4.
That's
I know
kicking.
PlayStation.
That'll kick off the holiday season next year, beginning of the new decade. You know, the end of the first year of the decade. We'll probably see a good 7-8 years in that.
Easily.
I guarantee we get a successor to the Switch, an upgraded version of that.
Next year, though, or just next decade?
Next decade.
Next decade.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We'll get another console
Yeah.
from Nintendo as
I'll be
well
floored
over
if
the
we
course
don't.
of 10 years. But the first thing will be a successor to the Switch, a variant of that.
Yeah.
Sony is done making handhelds, so they say. So I don't think Xbox will explore that market. Xbox has no interest in exploring VR.
VR, no. Mobile, maybe.
Sure, and they're trying to do
They're
cross.
pushing real heavily with that xCloud thing. I signed up for the mobile beta.
Well, the reason for that too, they're trying to experiment with Nintendo and the Switch too. They want to have a partnership there.
Sure.
So that's something I can see more collaboration between those two. While I think Sony will go off and do their own thing and make slight improvements to their platform.
Well, they're definitely moving heavily into VR. They've already
Right.
firmly announced they're going to do a successor to the PSVR.
I think this next generation we're going to have a closer battle than we did this generation, this decade, between
be.
the two consoles again. The biggest failure, and I'll still stand by this sentiment, was that E3 presentation where Xbox went up first and stated that the Xbox One is this fully compatible home console that has all these features. We're going to have television, we're going to have this, we're going to have this and this. And they dropped the ball because they talked about DRM, they talked about having to be online to play your games, and they talked about all these things.
See ya, Henry. Thanks for hanging out with us, man.
No sharing physical copies because there wouldn't be any early on, right?
Right, so they had a list of all these failures.
Yeah, the library sharing thing was their biggest quote unquote failure from that presentation. But I think truly that was gamers' biggest failure was shitting on that. I think that was an absolute just an amazing proposal for how game sharing amongst your friends was going to work. And I think in the end it would have been better for all of us. And everybody was like, well, I don't want to always have an internet connection. You already do. I mean, not literally everybody, and I know that was the argument where everybody went with it, but like, I think that was the biggest fault in us. Not literally us.
Well, that's the
obviously,
thing.
but, like,
I want to
in the
see how
gamer
many people are
community.
not connected with these consoles. I was working at GameStop at the time of the two launches, and there was something that blew my mind, and maybe this is just privilege. Somebody had bought a PS4 and wanted to return it because it didn't come with a component or composite cable.
No HD TV.
Yeah.
They did not have an HD TV. And that just blew my mind. You're getting a cutting edge, top of the line HD system. You don't have an HD TV. Again, this is maybe me coming off, hey, I'm privileged. But at the same time, it was just like, it was weird.
I could see the argument for calling that a statement of privilege, but at the same time, I would also argue that it's more a statement of priorities.
Right.
Why are you going to spend $500 on a PlayStation if you don't have a TV that it's going to work with?
Right.
You know, and I'm not trying to be an asshole when I say that. I know it sounds like it, and I'm sure it's going to be taken that way, but that's how I would look at it.
And we were at the
personally.
era where people, if you didn't have Wi-Fi, you were piggybacking off somebody's Wi-Fi. Like, you're somehow connected to the internet. With
Well,
your
see,
stuff.
that's where I get tripped up. I actually have a coworker who owns an Xbox One and has never put the thing online in his own home because he does not have internet at home, period. No mobile hotspot, no DSL, no cable, not even dial-up.
I think that with the that you said the gamers as general, right, weren't ready for this kind of digital sharing kind of platform situation. I think that's Microsoft jumping to the gun a little bit early. I think you look at a lot of things in history. Look at and this is like a big jump and a stretch of it, right? But Nintendo and the Virtual Boy. Obviously, that was way too soon for what it was. But what are we doing now? Slapping a thing on our face and playing video games. Now, obviously, that's not that big of a gap. I'm not saying it's going to take 20 years for us to want to do a digital sharing. But when that came out, people, Chromebooks weren't as big as they are now. Now everyone shares files digitally more than they would have before, and that's just a small
cards are
example.
slowly going away.
Yeah, and so I think that we're just not quite there yet. Someone has to be the first one to break it, right? So
And
unfortunately,
Microsoft tried.
they tried and it just didn't work yet.
They took a risk and they paid for it.
I think there's no doubt that we'll get to the point where we don't need to pass along that GameStop unfortunately won't do well because there won't be physical games to buy in the in the future.
Well, I mean, they've suffered already with the dynamic changes in the industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, when I worked there, they were still selling iDevices and all these other things in glass cases. Now, if you go to the store, that 60-70% of the store is basically figure retail,
trinkets and toys.
Yeah. Because they were trying to stay relevant in the market, and it was not working.
I think my favorite part about Xbox kind of bombing there, or the gamers kind of bombing with Xbox, was Sony's ability to say, "And here's how we'll share games." Like, I'll never forget that video they put out. I just thought that was win city, right? They just knocked it out of the park, and I just thought that the world wasn't quite ready for it yet.
I would agree with that.
I'm just hoping, like, this is why I brought all that up. I'm just hoping that we have a more even rivalry, because in my honest opinion, if I'm weighing the two systems, PS4 and Xbox One, the differences are incredibly subtle, and we've talked about it many times. It's the gaming experiences, whether the first party games, what you want out of it. But ultimately, if you take that away, the system that has the edge is Xbox. The Xbox One is a better system than the PS4. I think, hands down.
I still think that's largely experiential. I've never had to replace a PS4. I've had to replace my Xbox One twice.
I've had to replace PS4.
And that's what I'm saying. I think it's largely experiential.
And it's all this obviously subjective, and it's what you want out of gaming. And it's like what I said with myself playing the Switch mostly. That's where I spend majority
I'll say
of
the
time.
Switch is the better of the three in terms of just straight up hardware. Maybe not in terms of like specs, but like portability, not workability, but like functionality. Like it just fucking works.
Yeah,
I've never had a problem with my Switch.
It's simple.
I think all that. Sorry, did you have something else?
I was going to end on the note that the biggest thing for the future that I continue to look forward to, and I'll forever be a subscriber to, is Game Pass. That's changed my life.
Yeah,
I think for
hands
me,
down, they got a better platform there.
I forgot to bring this up, but I think for me, while I think Fortnite is such a meme type game and then just like a hot flash in the pan potentially, I think what it has brought to us, along with Rocket League, is more of that cross platform. So I'm excited to see that come more in the future, where we do have a closer knit in the race, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because we're all gamers and we should have that ability to be able to come across.
The new COD does it, and it does it smoothly. It was a great experience.
I've heard nothing but good things.
So I'm excited for more of that in the future.
No question.
I'd like to see more VR personally, just because when I went to San Diego just 2 years ago, I went to a Microsoft store there, and they had a console set up where you had the controllers and the headset and everything, and it was like the game where basically you had like a shield and you had a blaster, and it was kind of like Asteroids, and you were on this platform where you could walk around and shoot and aim, and if your aim was off, you had to go higher. So it was more like actually you doing it, and it just made it more immersive experience, and it was just done super well.
Speaking on that, there Disney Plus plug here, Jeff Goldblum experience. Have you guys been watching that at all? They did a gaming episode. It was one of the more recent ones. I think the most recent one. I won't spoil the whole episode, but there was a thing where he did VR because he talks about him being a gamer. The last thing he did was Pac-Man. And he talks about the world today, how it's changed.
Yeah.
He went to a facility, though. I forget where it was at. It's not really relevant to the story, but immersive. So he was a seed to a tree and grew into a tree. And it told the story about how important it was this big political kind of statement being made. But he grew into the tree, and they would have him surrounded by actual trees. So you'd have the scent. You'd have various fans as he would grow into the tree. And the moonlight, when he was tall enough to be above the other trees, they turned the fan a certain way. And then in the distance, you would see fire kind of going. They would put a space heater by his feet. So he would look down and realize in the VR unit, his feet, the base of his tree was burning, and then the lady lit a match in front of him so he would smell smoke. It was like, that is the stuff that VR's missing, and it goes back to the 90s joke, smell-o-vision.
Yeah.
right? So if we could incorporate that guy, I don't know how
4D.
Sounds like a Jeff Goldblum's like
Yes.
wet dream.
Right. It was,
I just can't imagine. Just,
oh, he was too. He was loving it.
Oh, yeah.
I've enjoyed that series. Good job, Disney Plus. But yeah, I think it's stuff like that would make me interested in VR because everything I've tried so far has made me sick. I don't do well with a lot of the.
oh,
And that's kind of the problem that I have right now too. Is I want to see VR progress, but I don't know how they're gonna get over that hurdle. For some of us, it just sucks. I mentioned earlier I've been playing Beat Saber, and I have zero problems with games where you're stationary and you look around. But the minute you have to actively move around, like
Yeah, Resident Evil. I played it for 10 minutes, and I was like,
they did a Batman VR game. I think it was also on the PC VRs. I don't know, but I played it on PSVR, and the movement system for that was aim, pull button, teleport, right? And because it fades out and fades back in, there's no actual movement, and I had no problems with that. And there's a Spider-Man Far From Home VR experience that's out on all the VR platforms, and I played that recently as well. And I actually was able to complete that because anytime you were running, it would dim the edges of the screen. So you had less of the world moving around you, and that helped alleviate my disorientation. But then, calm down. After that, I played a game called Blade and Sorcery, which uses none of those techniques to combat that motion sickness. I did the create a character just fine, and then it drops you into the world still as part of the tutorial, and it starts you standing in front of a floor-length mirror so you can see your character, right? And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, and then I hit left on the stick expecting it to turn like it had been doing in the other games I played up to that point. Jump turn, and instead, he walked left, and I immediately almost threw up everywhere. And it was doubly bad because I could see myself in the mirror, because you're in first person, but then you see your character model, so it's like seeing yourself for real. And then my body had that extreme disconnect of you're moving, but you're not moving.
yeah.
And I was just like, and that's the kind of stuff that we've really got to get past in VR before I really feel like anybody's going to be able to make any real headway in that tech. Because right now it's such a niche thing,
Yeah, because like the one I went to, like they had the mat set up. They had the
where you could like do the actual running around.
yeah. So they had
That sounds awesome.
they had a mat set up. They had the things for your hands and for the headset. So as you turned on the mat, then your character would turn. So it wasn't like
you don't
like
use the
that
joystick to
stationary
turn. You have to actually move yourself.
So you
around.
actually
I
move
feel like that
yourself.
would help.
So you're actually in control of, because then you just start like focusing on something. You're like, oh shit, that guy's.
Yeah. Well, see, then you gotta go.
You don't even think about it.
Yeah.
At that point, you
You're
gotta
not
go
used to
full
it.
Ready Player One and get like the VR treadmill.
We're definitely getting closer, right? I think that
It's
some of
coming.
the, I don't know if it's a Quest or one of the VR headsets. I know it allows you, maybe it's most of them, to map out, right? Draw on the virtual world where your limitations are. So as you're moving around, it'll give you that warning. When you're getting close to the walls, you're drawing in the virtual world. So yeah, I definitely think that. I'm excited for that too. I just think that we're getting close. I think we're definitely on the
That's not very
right track.
far off. It's just that hurdle is pretty huge. Is the problem. But I think you're right. I think we're real close.
So I have one last closing question for everyone, since it is our last podcast / get together for 2019. We're looking forward still to 2020. And what is everyone's one game, if they can only have one game that's coming out next year, whether it's confirmed or not, and if it's potentially coming out next year, what is the one game, if you can only get that one next year, that you'll get?
Oh shit.
Jeez, hit us with that one. No preparation.
I'm going to throw this answer out there because it's the only thing that really sits in my mind that is definitely coming out next year.
It could be announced,
but that I could think of that could come out next year, and that's Cyberpunk 2077.
Good pick.
I've already got the surprise. I've got the big collector's edition for that pre-ordered. Arguably maybe Last of Us 2 because I'm super excited about that as well.
I got delayed.
But you'll make it, buddy.
Might just need to leave again.
All right, he's gonna die.
Everybody say bye to Trevor because we're gonna wrap up in a sec.
That ship was not worth it, man.
Oof.
Trevor. You alright, buddy?
He's gonna walk it off. He'll be alright. But yeah, those. My number one would definitely be Cyberpunk. My number two would probably be Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
The only one I can even come up with right now is Last of Us 2. I guess I'm not even on the radar for stuff that's coming out. But there is one that I'm excited for. Yeah.
I would say Cyberpunk as well, just from, Keanu and
Yeah.
that was
That's
Developer of
just-
The Witcher.
awesome. And so just again, it seems like a refreshing take on something that we kind of seen before, but it's just a whole different world.
Yeah.
And it's so it's not something where we're going back like with a Skyrim or a Diablo or something where you're kind of going in a different world or mythology like you're talking
it's
about.
not an
just-
oversaturated.
it's just we don't have a whole lot of successful or good futuristic titles that come out.
Yeah.
And this one seems pretty polished from what we've seen.
And I
You're
think
saying that with Advanced Warfare on the table?
So I thought of a few initially. Like coming to mind, I'm excited for Watch Dogs Legion. That's not my pick though. It was one of the first ones that came to mind. Cyberpunk as well came to mind. And then I was like, the more I think about one game, Animal Crossing is coming out next year.
Ooh.
So
That's on my list. But
yeah, I'm gonna play that a lot. But what is gonna be a big sell for me? What's a system mover for me? Day one buy for the Xbox Series X, Halo Infinite. So
that's fair, I guess.
that's-
I could see that, yeah.
I mean, the only other person that understands the appreciation, the history that him and I have had with Halo.
Oh yeah.
That's why it's so understandably so. And they're bringing back split screen for this one because they effed up with 5 and didn't include that.
Yeah.
So, because their excuse, we wanted to keep it 60 frames 4K. That's a bullshit excuse.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Dumb down the resolution so I can play with my wife or my friends.
Yeah, come on.
Give me 1080 if you
1080, 60. Like, I'm okay with that. I'm not going to notice the difference.
Give me 4K 30.
Yeah, I'm not even okay with 4K 30.
I mean, Halo's never been known for its graphics.
No.
I mean,
Right.
it's so.
I mean, it's been visually pretty good,
Yeah.
but
No,
Yeah.
But it's
like-
not. It's not a game you stop and look around.
right.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. So if I could have only one game next year, and it will be a system mover, even though they're putting it on the one as well, but having that in my one game,
It'll
that
go
I
on
get,
Game Pass, though, so who cares?
right? Having it be the one game I get for the Series X at launch, I don't need any other game around that time. So
I could see that, yeah. Couple notes from the chat. Twisted Metal and Dying Light 2. Is there a new Twisted Metal coming? Did I miss that?
I don't know.
I mean, that would be cool, don't get me wrong, but I haven't heard anything about it.
I don't know.
That's a
That's what
serious...
I didn't dive into my
good.
hopes and dreams because
Yeah.
Yeah, Dying Light 2 would be good.
Apparently, we look like the ghosts of Christmas past.
we're definitely fading.
Yeah, well, and that's why I went over there and
I
waved
know,
at the
I saw
camera.
it.
I was trying to get it to redo the chroma key, but it's just not. We're just floating heads at this point. So I think that's our cue to say
That is our
good
cue.
night. Yeah.
It's been another amazing year for DNA. 2019, honestly, looking back at everything we accomplished this year, it far exceeded any expectations. It started off a little rough by the only show we were doing was NAW. We lost one of the members of the band during the early parts of the year, too. We figured out our footing.
He didn't die.
He didn't die.
He
He
left
moved
the
on. Yeah, he moved on to other projects. But we found our footing. We had you come in to start Dose of Nerd Audio. We ended the weekly dosage this year, 100 episodes strong.
And it was reborn.
And it's reborn
First,
as
the
the Dosage
Dosage.
podcast now. Now we've combined our podcasts into one singular. So, I mean, a lot of ups and downs. We had a great community that we've grown now with. We've passed 625 followers on our Twitch channel.
Thank you so much for that, you guys.
It's incredible. We've, been very fortunate to fund all of our equipment, fund merchandise for all of you, fund a lot of giveaways almost on a monthly basis.
We never did the
So,
giveaway.
and speaking of, we still have that to do. Glad I
Should we
said
let-
that. We shall. But really, 2019 has been an incredible year for DNA. Again, for those that don't know, I started this as a blog when you and I met in 2015. It grew into a channel when we met. Well, officially started hanging out. We had met prior, but
Yeah.
and it's been a long 4 years to make it this far. And we owe it all to people that support us, like you guys,
To viewers like you.
to you driving across the state to be a part of that. That's incredible. Our friendship goes back a long ways, and I truly appreciate you coming out
I
here
know
for
you
this.
came out from that
To
point.
Trevor
Thank you.
destroying
To
his
Trevor
insides.
sacrificing his insides. And honestly,
Possibly is outside.
to lock
Partially self-inflicted.
That's true.
and really to lock hearing all the crazy ideas I'm coming up with and screening them before they make it to air.
You guys would not believe.
I thought of I called it karaoke. I was going to do morning karaoke for everyone as a show.
He did pitch that. I did tell him.
That was an
no.
idea I had. I'm like, look, people watch this. You get to pick the song and I'll sing it while I'm driving to work. Again,
Spare them, please.
so I'm an only child. My imagination has not run dry. I always have a million things, and I'll always admit I have a million ideas. One good one, and that one good one was NAW, and here we are. But speaking of, NAW has been very generous this year, and we have one last giveaway, and it is for either merch or a video game of your choice. And why don't you pick a card? And name off the name. And if you're not present, we'll reach out to you.
Drum roll.
DKA.
DKA, you know who you are.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I'll reach out to you on social media. You've either won a piece of merch from a merch store or a game of your choice and $60 value. So, yeah. I'm still burping off this stuff. This is so gross.
I actually I'm 100% fine now. I'm really
My
surprised.
mouth is fine. In here.
No,
it's
not even indigestion. Like even the thing that went on my nose. Like I legitimately considered being an asshole and saying, "Give me a breadstick in one of those bottles."
This was fun. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you both.
yeah,
Thank
thanks.
everybody.
It's
I
been
had
a great
blast.
year.
Yeah, big thank you to everybody that joined us physically here, Justin, Trevor, Caleb, and to everybody that joined us in the audience online. We love and appreciate you guys so much.
You guys are the best. So, happy holidays. And if you're a fan of NAW, we'll see you on that next episode. And if you're a fan of everything else DNA, I can't guarantee any more streams in 2019 from all of us, maybe individual ones, who knows.
I'm gonna try to get you that goose game.
There you go. But if not, we will see you in 2020. Until next time, everyone.
Peace.